Hello, hello. It's Musty, and we have another CC Hangout. For some of you, this may be a new thing. I know that I've had some recent subscriber bumps, so welcome aboard. Every week we do a Hangout with members of the Cartridge Club. It's kind of a there's no requirements to join in. I usually tweet out the link at some point. Doing it right now, actually. So I expect at some point we'll have other people here, but we just kind of hang out. It's free form. We just talk about whatever. There's always plenty of things to discuss, or things going on with the club, or just kind of a weekly check-in for all of us. So I expect more of that this week. But this week is Berry Week. I at this point am undergoing final preparations to be ready to go to Barrie, Ontario for the Barrie Game Exchange put on by Nintendo Hodge, also a club member, and we are planning on riding up with a couple of other club members, those of which who normally show up here. So I'm pretty excited. I know that they're excited. It's very much needed. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. So I'm really looking forward to the whole weekend, and to those who are normal watchers or participants here, I hope that you guys are as well. This should be a blast. So, but let's see what's been going on. I had a wedding I went to last weekend. Hi, Yoshi. Cool. So Yoshi will be here in a little bit. Had a wedding this past weekend. We went to Louisville, which is a 7 to 8 hour drive for us. Drove down Friday, came back Sunday. My initial impressions of the city were meh. There's a lot of construction going on. So Louisville is, for those unfamiliar, Louisville is basically where Churchill Downs is. So the Kentucky Derby takes place there every year. One of the Uber drivers that we had was telling us that Kentucky, like the population of Louisville is about 700,000, and you can add another million the 2 weeks around Derby time, which is just nuts. And so they're trying to modernize a lot of the potential housing. They're putting up a lot of high-rise hotels and things like that. And so that obviously takes time, but it causes your GPS to not necessarily know where it's going, or it tries to send you through construction zones. And so that was frustrating. But first impressions aside, I had a good time. It's not that far south, but it definitely feels like the South. We had a good barbecue joint called Feast, which was actually, it seemed like it was an old muffler shop or something. There was a garage door, but it had all been modernized, and the food was really good. Yeah, and I mean, in general, we had a really good time. The wedding was nice. We met some nice people, and I am very grateful for not having to drive the whole thing. I'm used to being that person, and so this was a nice change of pace and not having to do that. So I played a lot of Theatre Rhythm in the car, which is the Final Fantasy rhythm game on the 3DS, or the 2DS, if you will. And I am really enjoying that game. It hits just about every major point for me. So I like rhythm games. I like Final Fantasy music, and so why not? Aside from that, what else have I done? I feel like I'm going to give you guys a second breakfast episode just talking about this right now. What else did we do? We went to the Louisville Slugger Bat Factory. And did a little tour there. That is actually a really nice setup they have there. Really kind of quick tours. Like you get there, and within 10 minutes, if you go in right away, within 10 minutes you're on a tour of the factory. I didn't get any video of that. They don't allow you to record inside the factory, but I think I'll probably show off some of the stuff in this week's Second Breakfast. But no, that's been about it for me, and I'm surprised that there's nobody here yet. But I know that some of the normal people are planning. Those are or getting themselves prepared for the trip, and so it's to be expected. I probably should do the same. I started packing already, but I think my big thing now is getting my wants list ready, and just kind of being ready for all of that. But yeah, I played some Quantum Break last night. Hey, Jared. I see Jared. Got through the second act of that, and I'm digging it. So far, it'll be interesting to see how all of this goes. But I kind of like the format with the gameplay section, which I'm familiar with. If you're familiar with the other Remedy games like Alan Wake, kind of breaks things up into acts. So you'll play through a section, and then based on things that you do, that will influence different things that happen in the TV show section of it. Hey, James. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, so it's a nice mix. You kind of get to play for a little bit. I played for about an hour and a half, and then you sit down for a 22 to 30-minute episode of the TV show, which kind of fleshes out some of the other things that are going on outside of your normal, outside of what the main character is seeing, which is kind of cool. So I would recommend it. It's pretty cool. Hello.
Hello.
You are back in the lab.
I'm out of the lab.
Well, you're not in the lab right now, but you're not in your apartment.
No, I'm not.
Not today.
You won't catch me there till the end for like 2 more weeks.
Oh, gotcha.
Because I have no reason to go stay up there until the semester starts, really, unless I need to go to Penn State to bug them about stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Or I have some specific reason to go up there. Like I have to go and drive my brother off to drop him off at his place, or the place he stays at for the semester. And I got to do that on Friday, so we headed back up the weekend, and then coming back here Saturday morning because I have a lot of stuff I need to get done.
Yeah. So who's the? Oh, I'm not gonna ask who, but what's the Famicom mod you're working on?
Oh, just like a composite, and he wanted stereo audio out of the thing. So okay. I literally made up a new SMD composite PCB. I'd go get one, but I don't have any put together at the moment. I just have a little bare board, and it's just a tiny little thing that sits on top of the PPU. Hold on. Let me pull up a picture. That might help.
So it takes the mono. It's normally mono and splits it.
Yeah. Well, mostly I basically the way you get simulated stereo out of the NES is you use the 2 separate sound channels coming out of the CPU, because there's 2 audio channels that come out of the CPU and then they mix it. But in the Famicom, you have expansion audio to deal with, so you have to mix the mono back in with it in order to make it sound right.
Gotcha.
And I'm still working on getting that right. I don't have an expansion audio game here to test. So I contacted the owner of the console, and he's sending me an EverDrive so I can test the expansion audio.
Okay.
Anyway. I know it's like a photo of a phone, but that's the little board I made. One sitting on the black chip.
Awesome.
I literally tried to make the neatest little composite mod you could for the NES top loaders in the Famicom. And this one doesn't have jail bars, which makes me happy. Which may just because it's a newer version of the Famicom motherboard and it's got better routing. That's possible. Because the original Famicom was routed like crap. And how can you tell it's routed like crap? You have noisy video, you have noise on your audio, stuff's coupling everywhere. You know, all stuff I get to go that I'm gonna get to learn about more at Penn State, because like the last 2.5 years of my electronics education was like, here's the basics.
And now it's
like, okay, we're gonna go into more advanced topics, and you're gonna learn all about signal integrity and like all this other stuff. Oh, and how to work on like really high speed stuff, like RF stuff and all sorts of other stuff.
sure.
So it's basically what I wanted, like my community college experience to be like. Oh well, they gotta sit you through a bunch of basics before you can take on the good stuff anyway.
That's true.
And my last semester or two is just like final project work. Like I literally have to design something in order to graduate from Penn State. Like I have to make my own, not just project, but like, well, kind of project. It's a senior project, so I'm gonna have to come up with something to make. That's probably gonna take me an entire semester.
Weren't you like a year ago? Weren't you talking about doing like an 8-bit computer or something?
Yes, I still want to make an 8-bit computer. I want to make a digital clock. Yes, I know I can go to Walmart and buy a digital clock for $5 or any Goodwill and buy a digital clock for about the same.
Yeah.
But that's not as fun as being like, hey, check out this clock. I made it.
Oh, that's cool.
I just got to figure out how, you know.
Well, that's what the classes are for, right?
Well, yeah, that and I have access to much better lab equipment than I have.
Yeah.
Now it's just getting after hours access to such lab equipment that's the issue. So it's like, hey, I just need to get real buddy with the lab supervisor. So it's like, hey, buddy, can I come in and work on some projects when no one else is here? Thanks. Although I'm probably going to end up like supervised regardless.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
You been playing anything lately?
I was playing. Well, I was just playing some Star Soldier, but I don't know if that counts because I'm sitting here going like, does the audio sound right? Kind of. It sounds
Oh,
pretty
you were using
good.
it as your, was that your test?
That's called. I have two Famicom games: Pac-Land,
That's all you got.
Pac-Land, and Star Soldier. Guess which one's the better game?
I'm gonna guess Star Soldier.
Yes, Pac-Land is stupid.
I'm not familiar with it.
Let's just say to go right on the screen, you hold down the B button. And to go left on the screen, you hold down the A button. And guess what jumps? Just guess.
Both? Is it both?
No, the directional pad. You press any button on the directional pad and you jump. Like, Namco, what were you smoking, man?
Yeah, that sounds pretty bad.
So I basically just like, got it, played it for about 5 minutes, and went, well, this is shit. At least it's got a nice. At least when I turn it on and press start, it has this nice bright blue screen.
Yeah.
Which is good for checking jail bars. Because you need a really bright colored screen to get the jail bars to show up really easily. Like a giant patch of the same color. And Pac-Land has that. So, yeah. Oh, well. I'm constantly doing crap. I also finished another consoleized Game Gear.
Nice.
This one will be with me at a video game con. Basically, the day of the show, I'm planning on trying to sell it for like $250-ish. outside of that, if someone wants to buy it, it's probably $265 plus shipping.
I have 0 Game Gear games. That's
Hey man, you could pick up some Game Gear games at Barry, and then you might need a Game Gear that plays on your TV.
That's a good point. That is a good point. No, I'm filling out the list. It's coming together. It's just I'm trying to like not go overboard with like a mega list. Like I'm really trying to keep. To this point, I've always gone to events with like pages of stuff.
Dude, I go to these events and my head's like, okay, I know what games I have. There's some miraculous crazy memory that I don't understand how I remember what games I have for the majority of them. I've yet to buy a double. Then again, I'm mostly looking for rare, expensive RPGs. Like, I'm looking for Valkyrie Profile for PS1 at a video game con. That's basically the only thing I want. One of the only games I want to get is Valkyrie Profile 1. Because I want to play the second Valkyrie Profile, and I'm picky about playing the first game first.
Yeah. I kind of want to see if I can finish out my Tengen NES cart list at Barry.
I might have been able to help you months and months ago, but I sold off all my 10 games because most of them were crap.
Hey, that's okay.
I literally am like at the point where I'm like, I should probably sell off all of the NES games that I think are shit. Or that I'll never touch.
Which is most of them.
Yes. Well, let's see. I'd probably keep like 1943, the 3 Adventure Islands. I'd be keeping a lot of the good stuff or stuff I have like childhood memories from, or stuff games that I find good. You know, the Castlevanias would stay, Astanax would stay. Stuff like Cyberspace Base Wars is kind of like one of those where it's like, I have a couple sports games for the NES, and I'm just like, why? Why?
Well, those are. I mean, it's hard to even get someone to take those lately. I mean, unless they're repro used or something like that.
Well, I could dump a bunch of them off at the local game store now. You take them. They'll take any NES games.
Because somebody wants to complete a collection out there.
Well, that and he can't keep NES in stock very easily. Yeah. Well, he has a lot of it, but all the good stuff just poofs away.
It's because you keep selling them all your sports games.
Sure. We'll go with that. But let's see. Back to what I was playing. I've been playing Arcana for the Super Nintendo.
Okay.
It's kind of like a, dungeon crawler RPG made by HAL. It's kind of like this weird card master based thing. I don't know. I kind of like it, but at the same time, I kind of don't like it that much. I don't know how to. I'm like undecided on that game.
Sure.
It's just
I don't think I've ever.
Well, it's like $5 to $10, I think. It's like under $20, like maybe $15 max, I think. So you can't really go wrong with a $10 to $15 RPG.
No,
unless it sucks.
Hey, even if it sucks,
never know. You could talk it up, and all of a sudden, it could be the next big thing.
Hey man, people will pay hundreds of dollars for shitty games. People will pay thousands of dollars for shitty games. And I don't understand why.
Well, quality is not a correlation for rarity or desirability.
This is true.
In collecting, it's just like...
Or the, I need this game to complete my collection OCD fix thing.
Yeah, it's like, just because a game is crap doesn't mean it's going to be cheap, and just because a game is good doesn't mean it's going to be expensive or easy to find, or hard to find, or vice versa. You know what I mean?
I'm well aware. It's just It's shitty.
Yeah.
It's fun to make fun of the collectors that are spending $1,000 on a shitty video game that they're never going to play. That's going to sit on the shelf. But then again, more power to them for having $1,000 to throw away at a video game.
Hey, to each their own, right? I mean,
yeah. All depends on what your purpose is in collecting. If you're going for a complete set, or if you're looking for oddities, or a certain developer or stuff like that, then yeah, maybe not everything you're going to get is going to be gold.
Yeah. And to some people, Ryan doesn't like RPGs. He probably scoffs at you wanting expensive RPGs.
Oh yeah, he'll scoff at me like, why the hell did Yoshi just go pay $200 for some Super Nintendo RPG? Is he freaking crazy? You know how many new games he could have gotten with that?
He probably could have gotten every single sports game on the N64.
This is true.
Or
And
most
he
of
would
them.
have liked that better.
Yeah, as we've seen. Or one copy of Sculptor's Cut.
Exactly.
Is that really that expensive now?
It's like
I don't know. I'm just making a
$350
comparison.
US, I think, is rough going rate.
What, $350 US?
I think.
Yeah, I'm
That's
just making a
the,
comparison for
through
interest
the-
versus cost.
I'm glad I have most of the N64 games I care about. Because, like, I barely ever have to buy any N64 games again. I'm, like, looking for, I think, Mario Party 3 and a couple other titles that I don't even know about. And that's about it.
Yeah, I've got a few N64 games I probably still want, but I'm lucky in that I got a lot of the classic ones as a kid. I just somehow, probably through used copies, and picked up a couple others just through when stores were clearancing them.
Since we're talking about, like, video games and prices, I understand the stupid rare games that cost tons of money. What I don't understand is the extremely common games that are starting to cost lots of money. Like, for example, Mario Kart 64 is like a $50, $60 game now.
That's just desirability. It doesn't have to make sense. If people are willing to spend that, that's what it's going to go for.
You know,
the way that you get there is you have enough eBay auctions go where people don't want to let that copy go, and so they'll throw a couple extra bucks at it because I really want that copy.
It's more than I want to spend, but I want the game.
But then it sort of trickles back to then it's a cycle, right? Like, because then all of a sudden the shops will start seeing that it's going for this on eBay now, and then your secondary market seller, that person then says, well, I expect that I will get $3 more than I would a month ago. Yeah, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. We do it to ourselves. If we all just sort of refused, if we all refused to pay more than $20 a game everywhere, then everything would come down.
Yep.
But that doesn't happen.
Like, what was it? Just reminded me. I think someone, like, I don't know, this was a couple weeks ago. I think I saw someone ranting about, like, how video game stores and resellers are driving prices up too high. And I think I commented back, like, us collectors are as much of a problem as they are.
Yeah, because we're the ones buying them.
And as far as, like, the Mario Kart 4 thing, a local shop sells them for about $50. He gets a copy in, it's gone within a day.
We have one secondhand store, like a retro store here. We have a couple that are like permanently set up at this dingy marketplace. Those guys are scumbags. We have one actual brick and mortar store.
Yep.
And he has a rule that he will not sell a used game for more than $50.
Oh man,
which is great. That's where John Payne got Complete and Box Dinosaur Peak. That's where I got Suikoden 2. And we never paid more than $50. The problem is, like, if around here, if everybody bought into it, it would be great. If you could always get games around here for $50, but the problem is nobody will trade games into them because they know the most is going to give them is $30.
Yep.
And so people don't trade anything in. So everybody loves it when they want to go there and buy something and get a good deal on stuff. but nobody trades anything in, so then it's harder for him to get stock.
Yeah.
And it's a fucking because people collectors are some of everybody wants to buy cheap and nobody wants to sell cheap. Everybody wants the top dollar for their item. Yep. You know what I mean? Yep. This game's on price charting for $80. Well, I'll accept 75. You know what I mean? Or some won't even accept less than 80. So
yeah,
because they say to
the prices will never go down because the people that have them will never let them go. No matter, even if you found it for $2. You know, I got Fire Emblem Path of Radiance for $2. We have it's not a Goodwill, it's like a secondhand shop for really low income families.
Value Village?
Yeah, it's not even value. Like it's called Beacon House. It's a singularly run store. And it's like dirt cheap.
So it's like Ghetto Value Village and Goodwill.
Yeah. And I found one there for $2. And Riho was over here one day for we had a barbecue. And he needed a copy, and I said, "Here, take this."
You are extremely quiet.
I said, "I got it for." He said it's worth $80. I said, "I got it for $2."
There's the audio.
Yeah,
I was muted.
Were you really? We were still picking you up on something.
we were like half.
That's weird. That's weird.
Yep.
Let me check my settings. Anyway, the problem is
like Joe and leave
everybody wants to buy cheap, and nobody wants to cut anybody a deal. Everybody wants to sell at the highest price point. You know what I mean? So the shops have to charge more because they have to pay more. And the prices stay up. If you walked into your retro shop and said, "Give me $30 for give me no more than $30 for these games," A, they would think you're crazy, but B, they'd be able to sell them for less. But whether or not they would.
I don't think they think you're crazy. I think they tell you to get the hell out of their store because they think you're selling them stolen shit.
Yeah, maybe.
That too.
Well, they'd probably take all the stolen games and not give a shit because you can't track those. But any systems, they'd be like, nope. Mm-mm.
Well, according to GameStop and EB Games, you can only track them if the plastic is still on.
Oh, you can track stuff by serial numbers.
I'm kidding.
But people don't generally write down their console serial numbers. So it's kind of just like, oh, hey, me.
Hi, Jared.
I hear me.
Yep.
But yeah, no, that's. I mean, it's interesting that we do this to ourselves, and but I'm not going to say that it would take a universal shift to, and not that one greedy person, right?
Mm.
Which it's just not going to happen.
It's never going to happen. My area, the prices in my area locally are so much higher than the average price of games because nobody will sell the games locally. Everybody sells on eBay because local people don't want to pay eBay prices because they're local. They figure they should get a discount. So the people that have the games say, well, I want the eBay prices, so I'm going to sell it on eBay. Games flood out of my province. We will, within 20 years, you won't be able to find games here because everybody who owns them sells them.
Well,
interesting.
I think that problem's going to happen in a lot of places because a lot of people are resorting to eBay to sell their games instead of just selling them locally. So you're going to have certain areas, like I think cities are getting flooded with games.
Remote areas where there's we have a dying population. 14% of our population is over 65. So it's and we don't get a large influx of people. Places like that, that's where you're going to see the problem.
Yeah.
But the local people don't realize it, or they don't care, or whatever. They don't see it. They just complain about local prices. They go, local prices are too high. It's like, well, because you sell everything online, things when they're dirt cheap, and you only charge maximum prices locally, and then you actually start charging people more locally because it goes for more locally. When online it says it's only worth this, so then people start buying online. I don't deal with them around here because I'm just not doing it.
Greedy, vicious cycle, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's never going. It will never end until there is nothing left.
Yeah, pretty much.
That could be said for a lot of things now, couldn't it?
Yeah.
Everyone pumped for Barry?
Yes.
Yeah, it should be a good time.
I wish I could go.
Nice.
Thanks for getting me a passport. Anybody?
Yeah, if you don't have a passport yet, I think you're. You could go. You just won't get back.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Like shove me in the trunk of the Cartridge Club?
We're not. No, we are not. We're not smuggling anybody.
Is it like the
I'm gonna miss
Mexican
my
border
dogs.
where they've got, you see in movies, they just come up with all these creative ways to get people across to Canada?
I don't know.
No. There's a small town in Manitoba that's on a part of the border that isn't patrolled, where they do get an influx of immigrants coming in from the States, and it has, I think the number has like doubled or tripled since Trump came into power. And that there was a news story with that town being flooded with illegal immigrants into Canada.
Well, isn't the best way to get into Canada just to ask nicely?
Yeah.
Apparently, you're the most polite country in the world.
That's the joke. Thank you.
We actually are. But what anybody outside of Canada doesn't know is that they teach us in grade school that every time a Canadian says "I'm sorry," what they actually mean is "go fuck yourself." So I'm sorry that we're so polite. Hopefully, you guys aren't offended by it.
That's why I said you guys got to stop apologizing.
Nice.
Yeah, it's an inside secret.
According to the internet, even our buses apologize.
Oh man.
You can afford to be.
So
You
anyone
can
got
afford
any,
to
like-
be polite. You can afford to be polite and apologetic when your snipers can hit a guy so far away that it takes most people 10 minutes to run there.
What?
We have the longest confirmed kill by a sniper, and it's like 3 times the second place. And of the top 5, 3 of them are us.
Oh, lovely. So
you're polite, but you just kill people as well. You're
Yeah.
polite assassins.
I think it's like 3 kilometers. I think the latest, like the top spot.
that just scares me. You know what that tells me? You could be sniped and never even know it was coming.
Yep.
In order to calculate the shot,
You'd be shot before you hear the bullet, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
the spotter would have had to calculate 3 different barometric pressures and take into effect the curvature of the Earth for this kill.
So does that come into play if you reckon the Earth's flat?
See.
If what?
Does all that mathematics come into play if you think the Earth's flat?
Yeah, no, it's easier for those guys.
Well, if you think the Earth's flat, chances are you're not doing the math anyway.
Jared, what if you down in New Zealand?
No, I don't think that. That just seems to be the current in vogue theory that the world's flat.
Yeah. What do you mean down in New Zealand?
Across.
Across.
Yeah.
So you're telling me if
That's
I
right.
find one side of the world, you don't go around, you just magically teleport to the other side, like in the old RPGs?
Hey, that's how Final Fantasy maps.
All right. So
Exactly.
everything's like Little Big Planet. It's just a flat axis, and everything's made of cardboard. Like the mountains are all just little pieces of cardboard sticking up. Like it's actually all flat.
Or maybe all the flat Earth people just played Final Fantasy as a kid.
That's right.
Yeah.
And
I'm sorry I derailed that conversation.
I wish.
flat.
But yes, we are excited for Barry.
Anyone got any cool like wish lists?
I'm looking for mini ninjas for the Xbox 360.
I got you.
Musty's got me hooked up.
So you're not even going to go to Barry to get it.
No, I suppose we could have done it via mail.
It's okay. Greasy Trump deals.
He's going to personally deliver it to you.
Yeah. If Scott makes it, then I have my other game lined up, which was Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn. And then I got to find a copy of Beautiful Katamari.
That's GameCube. That's GameCube, isn't it, or Wii?
Love.
That's me.
That. Sugar. Which one are we playing for the club?
We love.
We love. I have Beautiful Katamari. I need to find a copy of We Love. I also need to change my list.
Actually, a friend locally here was going to sell me his copy of it, and I completely forgot about that. I should probably contact him.
Yeah, I don't think it's till like December or something like that.
I know, but still.
Yeah, December.
Don't want him to forget about it too and sell it.
For the amount of time I'm going to spend playing it, I can play my copy of Beautiful Katamari, pretend it's the same thing, and send it to you, and then you can pretend. In-depth analysis.
It's not dramatically. The gameplay is the same. Some of the levels are similar, but if you guys go into story mode at all, then you're gonna have to. Well, I mean, you can already get by without playing the actual story, in some cases, right?
Yeah.
I was putting mine together.
Say hello.
Hello.
Okay, gonna mute.
Sorry,
Mr.
2 screws to go. I'll mute it. Done.
Yeah, I was throwing my list together today, and again, I'm trying to not put more than like 5 games for a system on there.
I don't even have 5 games on there.
As I said earlier, I never make a list for conventions. I just go and buy stuff.
That door prize is pretty sweet, eh?
There's a couple of them.
Actually, I want that one. I have it already, but that would make a great gift for somebody. I'd give that away for the club.
Which one?
Are you making sandwiches?
I'm making a sandwich.
May I have a sandwich?
Oh, how about that? I just opened Facebook and it was already on
I'm gonna,
Game Exchange post.
I want to
Do we have bologna?
No.
Can I have just cheese? I love you.
Is it just these 3? Is it just these 3 door prizes?
The only ones I've seen are the one that I have and the Odin Sphere.
Odin Sphere.
It's Odin Sphere Life Thrasier, the PS4 remake, but it's a collector's edition, which is super hard to find.
Yeah, I really wish I had bought that. Not the collector's edition, just the game in general.
I guess the game's hard to find too.
Yeah, that was a poor choice, skipping that.
It's got to be available digitally, though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but digital.
Hey, I wouldn't mind winning that Retron bundle. Just saying.
I could just give it to you and tell Hodge that I don't have a gift.
No.
I was supposed to have a custom painted NES, but the guy that told me he would provide one stopped talking to me 2 months ago, so I suspect he won't have it ready. Maybe the dogs are gonna. He's the guy that did the ones that I have. I have heard in the past that he is sometimes flaky when it comes to providing things for events on time.
I guess I should probably go get my MagFest badge before it jumps up a ton.
Speaking of that, Yoshi, what are your thoughts on the MagFest pricing?
What do you mean MagFest pricing?
I saw it spiked significantly.
Really?
Yeah. There was Twitter talk about it today. It was actually a trending topic in my sidebar. Oh, Valve is a trending topic.
Yeah, they announced
$80 now.
They announced absolutely nothing. Nothing is coming from Valve.
Yeah, the news is that
no, Half-Life 3.
Oh,
but it's trending anyway.
It's a Dota card game.
Oh. So there's no news, but it's trending anyway.
I'm still hoping for Half-Life 3.
Never going to happen.
Nope.
There's no reason to happen.
They have nothing to gain and everything to lose by releasing it. It will never match the level of hype that the fans...
with the way that
That's very true.
The industry is viewed, right? Any flaw.
Yeah.
They'll just get slayed over
it would have to launch perfect.
Yeah, no patches or anything.
Right.
Nothing. Like it doesn't. The amount of they'd have to build a new engine for it. They'd have. It's never going to happen. Right?
It'd make Andromeda look like a flawless launch.
Yikes.
Yeah, that's right.
It seems at times. It seems at times with people, not saying that there aren't valid criticisms now, but it seems sometimes with games that are in a series that if it came out before, it's perfect. If it came out now, it's garbage.
Yeah.
And there's no middle ground. There's no flaws with this thing I liked. There's all flaws with the thing that is not exactly like the thing I liked, which was not that way at all.
Yeah. No, you're right. Everybody has. Thanks, sweetheart. Yeah, I definitely get that vibe.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, it is big time.
Yeah, that's
baloney.
Every time, but
it's a sort of a meat.
What?
Did you just... Don't worry. Completely.
Moving on.
I was trying to make a bologna joke.
Oh.
Because you got a bologna sandwich. It's all right. I shouldn't have even tried to explain it. I'll just shut up. See ya.
But no, that's true. Like you were, I haven't listened to that Gaming Outsider episode that you were talking about yet, because sometimes I don't know. Sometimes I like listening to them, and then sometimes I'm 45 minutes into it, and I'm just like, like they just they'll have. To me, they'll have kind of a dud episode, and I don't know if it. I don't know what to attribute it to. Sometimes I'm just not in the mood for them, and I hope that's not taken poorly. But I should sit down and listen to this one. Maybe I'll save it for my 3-hour drive, 3.5-hour drive to get to where I'm meeting up with Eric and Ryan and Melissa.
Yeah. We're the only ones not muted right now.
It's quiet. I should keep talking. Sandwich.
Fine. Yeah. It's fine. I just think it's funny. But yeah, it's hard to keep up with podcasts sometimes, especially when you're not in the mood for a particular, or if you are in the mood for a particular podcast, it's not the one you should be listening to.
Yeah.
Like I've always got a backlog in something. Like I just caught up on Easy Allies today, and then I'm going into my Polykill backlog. I'm only a few behind on that, but still. And I've still got, there's podcasts that I've deprioritized that I have 11 or more episodes behind on that are not Cartridge Club shows, but it's just there's always something else for me to listen to. Somehow I got a couple weeks behind on weekly.
Hasn't been auto-downloading new titles. I don't know why. It's weird. So I've almost I had almost shifted. I shifted almost everything, and now nothing downloads ever. So I just either have to go and get it when I know it's out, and click in to download it, or I've just switched back to iTunes.
Oh, dude, I killed that iTunes podcast app. Is great. I love it.
Yeah. The only thing with me on that is why would anyone ever by default want to listen from newest to oldest?
Yeah.
That is the weirdest default setting I have ever seen. Everything else, great. What the hell, though?
I usually start. I usually start with the newest shows. I check and see, if I'm listening to a show for the first time, and they have a backlog. Sorry, sweetheart. And they have a backlog. I will start with their latest show to see where they're at.
Yeah, I mean,
if where they're at isn't something that I want to listen to, I'm not going to put the time in to listen to them from the beginning.
No, I understand that. I mean, like, in the sense that your podcast that you have currently queued up.
Oh, I understand.
From the newest downloaded to the oldest one you have.
Yeah.
And if you want to listen to the oldest one and then go in that order, you have to click play on every single consecutive episode.
Yeah, I understand now. I realize what you're saying. That is, who does that? Nobody does.
Yeah, only default iTunes users.
Yeah.
Hey, so you're saying you want to catch it at their best so that you know you'll be able to tolerate their worst?
Well, the way I look at it is, if I know that you're going to be something awesome that I love and I can't get enough of, I will put up with how shitty you were at the beginning. Because and maybe you don't start off shitty. Maybe the show starts off great. Yeah. But I would rather, like, I'm trying to think of an example. All Gen Gamers. If I had started with episode 1 of All Gen Gamers, I would have quit. That's FitNet.
Holy Lord, you lost a lot of weight.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Hello.
I'm like, thanks for being the only person that's noticed on the internet.
So if I start with episode 1 of All Gen Gamers, I never would have listened anymore because the first 7 episodes are really hard to get through. Once Jason Heine joined them.
Day 1.
Wow, you're crazy.
I'm going to take off, everyone. Good seeing you.
All right, good to see you too.
That's it. Once Jason Heine joined them, it was like a completely different show.
Yeah.
And so it tells me that by listening to their latest and going, okay, this is something I'm into, it tells me I'm willing to put the time in through the beginning stuff. And on the same note, if the latest stuff is something I'm not interested in, I don't want to find a show that, oh man, I love episodes 1 to 80, and then 81 they become complete douchebags. I don't want to listen to that anymore.
So
I usually start.
If you can tell on the newest episode that they don't have reverb, you can go back to episode 1 and deal with the reverb.
Exactly. Okay, they understand. Yeah, they learned.
Well, like,
your show's not here, sweetheart.
I should go back and listen to, because the Polykill guys, they said start at 15. Like, that's what they said.
Yeah.
I think I remember listening to like episode 1 when their Final Fantasy VII aspirations were still a thing. But I skipped ahead after that. But at that point, you know, we had good recommendations from Diego, and good on him for making all that happen, or for starting the train that is Polykill.
Yeah, Diego's fantastic.
I do want to just say, for the All Gen Gamers thing, I just think that's funny because I literally listened to them the day it uploaded, and I remember when that was, because they uploaded their first episode on my 20th birthday.
Oh, that's cool.
July 31st, 2010.
Colleen wants to watch 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After, but we can't get it on our box.
Sounds riveting.
Upset. Yeah. She's really upset.
Yeah, you sound extremely excited at the potential rewatches. Yeah, I never actually go back to a podcast that's been going for a long time to episode 1 because it's just I listen to way too much, so I just can't justify that.
If it's short, I just picked up Ludo Wave Radio from TV and Lust.
That's the reverb joke.
Yeah.
Episode 1 accidental reverb.
And then Music, Games, and Gear from Jason Heine is only on like episode 7. So I'll listen to I fill them in on the periods when I have nothing to listen to.
Yeah, I will go back if it's like a topic-based podcast, like if they did a topic in the past that I want to listen to.
But if it's like a current events?
Yeah, if it's like going consecutively in events they're talking about, I am going to go consecutively.
Yeah. You know what? You run the risk of missing out on some inside jokes that way, but...
Yeah.
Whatever.
Patrick Swayze.
That ain't gonna kill me. Yeah.
So then eventually they catch people up.
I explain it now.
I know that. I listened to the episode from 3 weeks ago today.
Yeah.
I'm a little behind.
Yeah. But like,
it's fine.
I think whenever I've every show that I've guested on, like when I knew that I was going to be on, it's like I got to get through all of it. Like I'm not going to be in the middle of an inside joke.
What is this?
And not know what's happening.
I don't know that it's sweetheart. Is it from the dog treats?
You're lying.
I'm about to get busted for opening the chocolate almonds.
Oh, does that fit on there?
Our first murder on Google Hangouts.
I don't know. I don't know if that.
Busted.
Is that for the car?
Yeah, it's for the drive up. She got mad at me because I opened up the beef jerky 2 days ago.
Oops.
Busted.
But you don't want to be in the car with me for 20 hours eating a bag of beef jerky.
Yum, 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 yum.
And I don't want to be in the car with you 20 hours without some chocolate to sate those cravings.
What?
What?
No, I think I don't like
Yeah, I
it.
want one.
Oh, hey, Canadian Retro.
Hello.
All right.
You said an hour. Oh, half an hour. Okay. I read that wrong.
You be quiet.
I said 5 to 10 minutes.
No. Canadian Retro said you should be on in half an hour. I read an hour.
Oh,
Give me-
I was surprised.
I'll give it to her. Here, Shadow. Come get it. Come over and get it. All right, fuck it. There you go.
Oh, I just want to say, I really dug Journey. You guys should make sure you play it.
Yeah, it was all right.
What, like 2 to 3 hours long?
Not even.
Yeah, it was. No, yeah, you can. Well, I think it was 2
Yeah.
hours. I could check my actual play time, but from the time that the tweet.
Sections that you could
Yeah.
spend a lot more time in.
Yeah.
I don't know how many
moved to
scarf
that yet,
upgrades
but I
there
will.
are. It's good though.
When I met my friend, I had a longer scarf than him, and then something happened, and my scarf got short, and that was
I
a bummer.
couldn't believe how long my scarf was so early on.
You wear
Maybe
a
that's
scarf
average.
shrinkage.
Scarf envy.
Wait. What?
What is the average scarf length in Journey?
Oh.
About that long.
Yay.
Yeah, I'll get to that at some point this month.
Oh, that explains why I don't get it. I don't play Journey.
No, we're talking about Journey to Silius, Yoshi.
Dude, I had Journey to Silius.
Sorry, you're getting some feedback. I'm gonna mute you for a second.
It sounded
Went all Atari there.
No, it sounded like that. No, there's noises that used to happen when you got a phone call back in the day.
Yeah, dial up.
No, not dial-up. Like the
Oh, yeah.
analog phone calls back in the day.
Yeah, but it just kind of reminded me of AOL for a second.
Like you get a call on your cell phone, and your car radio would just go. Brrrr.
Yeah, the speaker feedback.
That's
why am I muted?
You were getting feedback on your headset.
How's that even possible?
I don't
Sounded
know.
like the phone interference or something.
Yeah, it was like your
Cooper.
jack probably wasn't in all the way or something.
Oh, am I all right now?
Yeah, you're fine now.
Oh, weird.
Have you had a lot of takers for your trunk deals there?
No, not really. But I haven't posted them. I saw that thing in the forums. I'm going to post them there later on.
Both of you.
You have a copy of Castlevania?
No, unfortunately, I do not.
I
don't think I've
Fire
ever
Emblem
had it.
Radiant. Go ahead.
I do have a copy of Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn, but not for the swap.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see what, I have my list pulled up here.
Did you say there's a couple?
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. I thought you said there's a couple items I had there that you were interested in.
I was rattling around about it. That Final Fantasy 11 that you've got, but it's sealed. So I'm not that I would be able to play it because the 360 servers are off.
Yeah.
But it would be a numbered Final Fantasy collection. So
Yeah. Do you have a
thinking
list
about
up somewhere?
I'll make one tonight and I'll put it on the forums, but I don't
Okay.
have an official list of it. Everything I did, the only thing I did was the last hangout. I just held everything up in the air.
Yeah, I know. And
But
I'm still interested in that Battlefront 2. I'm gonna look up what that goes for. Just
Cool,
as
yeah.
an idea. I know you'll charge less probably.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about Hit the Ice, but I don't. I mean,
that's not bad.
That looks like arch rivals with hockey.
Yeah, it's like super. It's a pretty fun game, man. Really.
Oh.
Hit the ice. Good times.
Yeah, this feedback we're getting every now and again is just making me think B-17 bomber.
Is that? So you're getting feedback off.
Very, very little.
It's Jared. Jared's doing it.
Revenge of the Jared.
He may be gone, but he's here in spirit.
Dun 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 dun.
But
trying to figure out what would be causing that, because I mean, I have the same setup I always have, so
yeah, it's fine now. It was just occasionally a little bleep, a little bloop there.
Oh,
Sure, it's not coming from me.
Yeah,
What?
I saw the bar go up on Troy. So
Okay.
it's not bad now. It just was at first.
yeah. Anyways, I'll throw a list down of what I have there and what I'm looking for. People just basically threw in what they were looking for, right? But did anybody throw in that forum what they had?
No.
I think the people who are actually vending probably are going to go through different approaches to that. But I don't know. I don't want to speak for you guys. Those of you who are vending.
Yeah, that Battlefront 2 is complete and in good shape, right?
I can double check it. Just give me a second. I'm pretty sure it is.
You can just message me if you don't want to check now. Never mind, you can't hear me.
Yeah. Derek, I still have your McDonald's toys.
Cool. I still have your ET.
ET.
I told you I was going to give you ET on 2600 complete box.
I totally forgot about that.
I mean, I didn't tell you anything. But it might be still on my table. I also have that controller for you too.
Yeah, that control. I'm still in on that controller. That controller is awesome.
I'm slowly
cool.
trying to go through everything I have. It's ridiculous.
You doing the test run on the table like James was?
I did that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got a
Worked
few
out
like
well.
little scuffs on it, man, but nothing too crazy. I'm sure it'll play.
Yeah, give it
If
a
it-
test and let me know later. But if it works, I'm down.
Yeah.
Try and find a couple other things from you to make it worth the shipping, and then I'm down for that.
Cool.
It's like if I could, in looking at what I have, which there are 77 items right now.
I mean, I'll probably send it with one of these damn Yankees that's coming up here. And then they can ship it to you, and it'll save you like a ton.
Yeah.
International shipping is miserable.
Yeah.
Dude. With the same
Yoshi, I've got your Mega Man.
Sorry.
I was gonna say I got your Mega Man amiibo. I'm gonna send it back with rocket sauce and ask him to mail it.
Oh, cool.
Do what?
Can you mail a Mega Man amiibo to Yoshi?
Sure.
Thanks.
I think he has something he wants to send me anyway, so.
Yeah, I got something coming your way. So
It's well, if it's the thing that I have, it's all already packaged up in a nice box.
it's another thing.
You guys are being all cryptic.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, I got Ryan a brick of heroin when I was overseas.
Oh, nice.
From Rihanna.
No, in Morocco.
So you know it's good. It's from
Yeah,
Morocco.
that's right.
By the way, Musty, now that I'm not going to Barry, I know I was going to get that 3D Dot Game Heroes manual from you.
I was trying to think if it'd be easier for me to mail it from while I'm in Newmarket.
Maybe not. I don't know.
Maybe if Troy's gonna send you something, I could just
because you could probably take the manual for that and put it in here.
Yeah, whatever works.
Right? And then protect it nicely and everything.
Yeah.
I'll bring it. It's sitting right next to the
You guys can split the shipping, whatever works.
What?
Or, I don't know. I'll just pay for the shipping.
I mean, it would be an envelope, basically, right? Like,
yeah.
That'll be $2.59 if it's not too heavy. If it's a game, it'll be $2.59.
It depends on how much other stuff I'm getting from Troy.
Yeah.
But no, it's exciting times. I totally forgot about that ET. That's awesome. What a pleasant surprise.
If you want to bring your
the only
loose one to trade, I'm fine with that too, because then my wife won't be angry at me. But
So what is that?
I have my loose copy. I mean,
yeah, if you have a loose one, or even if you want to swap them, if your loose one is important to you at all, but I can give you the case and manual.
It's not the label's just in really good shape. That's all I know.
Well, we can compare them, and I'll take whichever one's worse. I don't care. My wife was just like, "Why would you get rid of it?" I'm like, "I'm never gonna play it." She's like, "I might." I'm like, "No, you won't." But whatever.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I got to get the box figured out.
I keep finding games I didn't know I had.
That's a good feeling.
I found a CD case full of loose discs that has 3 Final Fantasy VII discs in it.
Mine aren't that good. Mine are like freaking FIFA and Crash Nitro Kart for Xbox. So
There's 4 discs in that game, I'm pretty sure.
Final Fantasy VII 3 disc.
Baby crying.
Is it 3?
Oh. I think you're right. I think 3 discs is correct.
8's 4, 9's 4.
Sweet.
Do you have Final Fantasy?
I got a copy of Final Fantasy. Yeah, loose. Who the fuck wants a loose copy of Final? The only people that want loose discs are people that play the games.
Or someone who bought it complete and the discs are crap.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
I mean, I got tons of stuff. I already packed it up right now, but honestly, like I'm thinking of figuring out some sort of thing where it's like you need to complete a game, or I need to complete a empty case or something like that, and figure it out with people. Because I don't know about you guys, but I've got like probably 15, 20 different like DVD based games that have cases. Probably another 10 or so like ones, and I got tons of loose disc games.
Yeah.
That I love.
All I know is that I'm not bringing any of it home.
That's your plan?
I'll leave it. I'll just give it to Bill. None of it is going home with me.
Well, it sounds like we might be watching Thrones at Bill's house.
Oh yeah.
He said he's got HBO.
I looked at the wife and I said, "This is an opportunity to get rid of this stuff that I bought because I thought I needed it." Like 4 GameCubes.
I have to
Sega Genesis.
I have all the colors.
2. They're all black and gray. It's not even a fucking combination of colors. They're all black and gray.
I just take them to one of the game store tables, man. They might be interested.
I really don't like dealing with people.
And then you're probably coming to the wrong thing.
There's a reason I'm only looking for 4 games, and I'm trying to find them before I get there. I don't haggle. I don't barter. I look at the price on the table. If it matches the maximum price that I have decided I will spend on the item, I buy it. If it doesn't, I walk away.
Well, you got to walk around with Bill, then he'll lowball everybody until they're broke.
I might just give Bill my list.
Yeah, you're better off giving him the list. He'd be like, "Oh, you got $100 on that game? About 12."
Yeah, exactly.
And they're like, "Okay, yeah, 12." No, 10. I meant 10.
Yeah. It's next to this game that's scuffed up pretty bad, so some of that scuff might have rubbed off.
Yeah.
There's a
That is leaking off the disc.
Here's a potentially interesting question. Have you ever intentionally tried to lowball somebody out of intention of to try and get out of the deal on something, like just to justify to yourself that you don't have to buy it.
No, I don't think so.
I remember
That
the
does
case
sound-
of I intentionally lowballed somebody, like because I think it was the Vancouver Expo that Darren went to, and we met up there. And he found a game I was looking for at one of the tables, and he brought me over there. And I only had like $20 left, and it was like more than that. I don't remember how much, but I'm like, would you take 20 for it? And I was like, there's no way in hell this guy's gonna go 20 for it. That's gonna get me out of this. I'm gonna save this last $20 for like food or something. And then he's like, yeah, I'll do 20. I'm like, yeah, you son of a.
Yeah. But I want. All right, we do 5.
I even just kind of went sighed. I'm like,
You say, okay, I gotta go get some money on the bank machine and never come back.
It's like, I have to
It's
buy
like,
it.
good, I don't have 20.
Yeah. Whoopsie.
Well, that's the funny thing. Like, if you got like a $20 bill on you, and you go up to a table and you're like,
Yeah.
"Hey, I see you got 20 on that. You take 15." Like, yeah, sure. And then you hand them a 20. You look like a real jerk.
I hate
Yeah,
that. I'll never do that.
I definitely
Don't do
try
it.
not to do that. I've done it by accident a couple times, and I usually apologize. Actually, speaking of like loose games and all that, does anyone happen to have the case or at least the cover art for Kirby Epic Yarn?
No, I do not.
Shit, I might.
Okay.
I might.
I do.
Colleen owned a
it's
few
like-
games when we got together, and that was one of them.
Yeah, because
I might have it.
I got that disc for free when I bought my Wii U, and
Nice.
yeah, it's one of the few games I don't have.
Was
Actually,
it
I would
on
need
the
the
Wii U?
manual too if you have it. What?
I'll check. I'll have a look.
In the Wii U.
I bought a Wii U at a pawn shop, and I looked through a bunch of loose discs to try and find something that I had found an empty case for. And then they had that, and I'm like, oh, what do you want on this game? To see if it was like $1 or something. He's like, you just bought a console, take it. I'm like, okay, cool. Copy of Kirby's Epic Yarn. But now it's a Wii game that's in a Grand Theft Auto Vice City case on my Wii shelf.
Nice.
Actually,
Did you take the case
sounded-
art out? Did you at least take the case art out?
Not yet. I put that in there for, it's like, I'm just going to put that in here so I can put it in there safe, and I haven't done anything with it since. So it's just, like, what the heck is that PS2 game doing on there?
And then they open up and go, oh, what the hell?
Yeah, it's just, I had that case with me, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to put this in here to keep it safe, and then I put it on the shelf, and I'll deal with that later. I haven't dealt with it.
Dude, you want to know what it's like when you go to my buddy's house and he's like, yeah, dude, change the Xbox 360 game. Okay, because you open this drawer and there's a whole bunch of games strewn all over the place. Like, you got loose discs stacked all over the place. And you like pull out a game case, though. Oh, this looks cool. Open it up. It's a completely different game.
Yeah, I hate it when people do that. That's what happens in like thrift stores. You see, like, you'll open the case up and it's a different game. Those are people that just donated whatever without checking if it was the right thing in the case.
Yeah, the people that took it didn't check to see if it was the right thing in the case or not. They're just like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I actually found a copy of Sonic on, I think it was Sonic 2 on the Genesis, but it was in an RBI baseball case. Like, I don't remember why I was checking that copy of RBI Baseball that was complete in box. That I'm like, oh, what the heck's with this? And I opened it up, and there's Sonic 2 in there. I'm like, and I just looked at the people like, you would probably have better luck selling this if you took this out of this case and displayed it loose. Because Sonic 2 is a little bit more desirable than RBI Baseball. So that's why I have a empty RBI Baseball case.
I don't know. Whenever I do stuff around here, they just look at me like I'm crazy and tell me to put it back.
I found a bunch of manuals. I got to ask Mark tomorrow if he wants them. If not, they're coming too.
Yeah, I was going to get my manual stash.
So, I'm sitting here trying to figure out how to hook my Super Nintendo up to my TV.
Just connect the RF adapter to the little RF thing on the back of the TV.
No, because I have a nice S video cable that I was using, but I took the like switcher box I had up to my apartment, as well as the stand I had all my consoles on, so it's kind of like weird down here now.
Did you incinerate all your composite cables, or?
Yes, I did.
I don't understand why you're home.
Because it's cheaper.
Oh,
That's
are you not staying at the apartment anymore? What's your answer?
Bueller.
What?
Are you not staying in the apartment anymore?
No, I have no reason to be up there until classes start.
Oh, I thought they'd already started. Okay.
No, that doesn't start till like the 21st, I think, is the first day of class.
So are you like still are you paying for it right now or?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
we started on the 1st. Paid up till like August, September, November, December. Like December. So I got like 4 months paid off. Cheaper that way.
For sure.
So we've been going about an hour, I guess. Do you want to do pickups?
Sure.
Okay, I'll go quickly since I have only 2 things and neither of them are video games, so. Okay, so in the continuing journey of more anime stuff that arrives separately from Amazon, I got the complete series of Nichijou. This is a pretty random comedy. You can look up clips online of it. And I haven't watched any of it yet, but I've seen it before. Hopefully I'll still enjoy it. But I also got the deluxe edition first volume of The Flash from DC
cool.
Rebirth, the newest one. This has the first 2, equivalent to the first 2 trade paperbacks in it. It's pretty nice quality. It's about the same quality as those Star Wars ones I showed before. So that's awesome. I'm basically waiting on those hardcovers where I can for that. Anyway, that's all I got. Let's go next.
I got 2 things. I can go real quick.
Okay.
Real quick. So they're both Switch related, and got this for the car ride. So it's a Switch car charger, and then I got this.
Fuck, I gotta get one of those.
And it's I ordered this one off Etsy, but basically it's a Switch docking for your, like, you put it on a headrest.
Mm.
So it slides right in here, and then you just
3D printed. I can see
yeah,
the
it's 3D
lines.
printed, and then it just locks in there. It's got the straps, and I tried it out yesterday, just like a real weirdo in my car, but it worked awesome. So it'll be great for the trip. So
I guess we know what kind of car you're renting.
well,
To
I'm just saying basically.
mimic the commercial.
But,
Well, I wonder who's stuck driving.
well, I will be for half the trip, and Eric will probably be doing the other half. So
Okay.
that's it.
Yep.
I picked up a cat.
Good for you, Yoshi. Who wants to go next?
You don't have to put me in the thing. I got I Am Setsuna, but it's across the room.
Okay.
And then I got I Am Setsuna digitally. And then I got all of the Dark Tower comics on Comixology.
Oh, nice.
Are you playing around in like on an Android box right now on Kodi or something?
Yeah, I'm actually deleting add-ons.
I can hear that.
Kodi.
I was wondering what that was.
What that was too.
It's Apple TV, but yeah, it's
Yeah.
I can mute myself. Sorry about that.
All I can hear is the swiper sound or whatever.
It is a clicking device. Anyone else got stuff?
I again did not pick up anything because I haven't been anywhere. I've been too busy doing other stuff
That's fine.
to go shopping.
I guess that was a really quick pickup then.
Yeah. I was gonna say I could I don't even have that much to bring that isn't already spoken for. A couple things.
That's boring. I want to do trades with people.
Well, I got this wide boy or wide gear. This the
Is
the
it for Game Gear?
Yeah.
Oh, bring it. Josh might be interested. In that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might need to clean up. It's dusty on the inside. Eric wanted the box, so.
Oh.
But he said he didn't need this, so I'll bring it.
He might be interested. I don't know if he has one.
What else do I have? Sonic Mega Collection on the GameCube.
Oh, sorry.
Escape from Monkey Island on the PS2. I'm thinking about bringing this.
That's a good game.
Strongly thinking about bringing this.
I'm bringing
It's a
this.
good little trade fodder game for sure.
Yeah.
And you'll have it in the Super Nintendo Classic, so you don't need it.
Yep. Thinking about bringing this? No, this is coming.
Yeah.
Well, I might be interested in something like that.
And manual.
Manual. Is there a ghost in here?
It's on my wish list.
What else we got here? We could just do a straight swap for your copy of Wii Sports Resort and my copy of Wii Sports Resort.
By the way, Sean, you never muted.
Oh, sorry. I did. I just unmuted to talk to Musty.
This is that Kingdom Hearts 1 with Kingdom Hearts 2 in there too, loose. I have the first Katamari.
Nice.
That's fun.
I have everything but the disc for that game.
Xenosaga. And a loose copy of KOTOR.
Nice.
Oh, and a black GameCube controller.
Okay.
And I don't know.
Is this stuff you're bringing for trades?
Yeah, just stuff that I don't know. You never know.
You're bringing Castlevania?
Have Super? No, I don't have. I mean, I have thought about it. I mean, I could totally bring it, and if you
I got a copy of Choplifter.
How are those?
I have your amiibo, and you're shining in the darkness. Oh wait, there's two more. Holographic Majora.
Boo.
And Star Fox 64.
Boo.
They're both going to be on this N64 Classic.
Yeah. What was the Xenosaga or whatever it was? Xeno. There's like 3 different Xenos. Which one did you show?
Saga 1.
Okay. Yeah, I've got the second one for that. How are those?
They are... Well, Yoshi's played them recently. He'd probably...
What game?
Xenosaga 1.
Oh, yeah.
Xenosaga Episode 1 is really good. And then once you hit Xenosaga Episode 2, you start, like, regretting playing it because it's just garbage and they ruined it.
Okay. Guess I don't have to get
Xenosaga
that
3
first
is
one.
really good, though.
No.
Yeah, it's very cinematic in that there are very long cutscenes.
It's a movie. You could literally just go watch the cutscenes for 2 off YouTube and save yourself the 30-40 hours unless you're really hardcore and just go straight from 1 to 3.
Yeah, I don't care that much. I just already have 2, so I was curious if it was worth getting 1. Turns out answer is
one
no.
because 1 is better.
Well, I would be getting
3.
the 1 in order to get to 2, and seeing then if it was worth paying for 3.
Yeah,
and
3
if the second one is
hefty price on it.
Yeah, if the second one isn't worth playing, then I'm not going to play the first one either because they're episodic.
I mean, they are still individual games, but that was
Yeah.
I mean, that was your .hack era, right? Where they were
Yeah, like I actually have the first one for .hack as well, and I have previously played the first one of .hack GU, like back when that came out, but I never got the second one to play. I rented it. But I have a completed save file for it on my memory card still. I take it I'm probably never going to get around to the rest of those. But I liked that one when I played it.
Yeah. And then I got a little box of manuals and stuff.
Yeah.
A little stack of them.
Yeah. Manuals are hard to like make lists of to see if people want you to bring them. Like, if you have a ton of them.
No, it's in this bag. I mean,
Yeah, okay. I just meant in general because I've got like a bin of manuals and slipcovers, but they're all like common, except for my cases for case and manuals, but no disc of Animal Crossing on GameCube and Katamari Damacy on PS2. And
What did you just say about Animal Crossing?
That what did you say about Animal Crossing? That I have the case and manual, but no game.
I have the game and the memory card,
Okay, I don't
but
know.
no case.
Oh, okay. So if you want it, I can send it to you. I wouldn't want it the other way around. I don't think I'd be into Animal Crossing that much.
Oh, okay. Well, why don't I send it to you and then you sell it? Because I think if you include the memory card, it's worth quite a bit.
Yeah, I take it you don't want to complete your copy then.
Because if you send it to me, I'm gonna walk up to somebody and say, "Do you want this?"
Well, at least if I got
We'll
the
figure
game,
it
I
out.
can try it.
Yeah, I mean, you might even
I'm
like
not
it.
against that. Yeah, I might end up liking it. And I also have the case and manual stuff for Four Swords Adventure, but I might be getting the game from Troy, I guess.
And I can send you that Star Killer thumb drive too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I gotta put that in there too. Just a second.
It's cool, but I don't want just the one item out of the collector's edition. If I got that, I'd just get the whole collector's edition.
What did you want?
Dealing.
Did you want to put
Dealing.
Four Swords with the Battlefront too?
Hmm?
You want me to put that Four Swords with the Battlefront too? I'll
Yeah.
just send you. I'll send you the whole thing though, like the case and the manual and everything.
I already have it.
Well, I got the. I mean, what I'm gonna do is just an empty case. I guess I can hold on to it and find an empty or a disc sometime. I've done it before.
Yeah, that. Or you can just sell it to someone else who doesn't have that
Yeah, that's
stuff,
true.
but has just the game.
Cool.
You can probably just put it up on eBay. Someone will buy it. You can even
That's true,
farm it
too,
out
yeah.
because people don't have bits and pieces. Like that
Yeah.
usually seems greasy, but for something that's just kind of like in the ether anyway at this point,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes people are just looking for the manual or just the case, and they don't need anything else.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna mute myself and put that with that other game before I forget.
Okay, you can put it just like a jewel case or something. Anyway,
I was just gonna put it inside and hopefully it sits there. But if it doesn't, I'll figure it out. Just give me a minute.
yeah, don't want to get scratched up. Anyway, I'll be right back as well.
Everyone's muted except for me.
I'm not
All right.
muted. I'm just not talking.
I
Oh.
can unmute, but you're all gonna hear this.
It doesn't
See,
bother me.
I'm not muted. Are you happier or are you sadder?
Click, clack, click, clack.
Well, Ryan was upset he was alone.
Yep.
Ryan, you getting excited for Bear?
A little bit. To be
I'm
honest,
excited to see you, pal.
I'm not really so excited for the show. It's more about meeting everybody. So
I couldn't give two fucks about the show. If there wasn't a show, I wouldn't even care.
Yeah.
I just want to hang out with people.
yeah, we'll get to meet
That's all.
No. half the club, basically, essentially.
That's what I was planning on doing until Sean told me there's a table available, and I'm like, okay, I'll sell.
Yeah.
I thought about bringing a couple things, but I don't know if it's worth bringing it to try to sell.
Plus,
I don't want to take. As I said, I don't want to take the money, Canadian money, back with me, if anything, too. So,
Yeah.
for converting it, so that's the reason why.
I required a guarantee from Bill that nothing would be put back in my vehicle before I came home. Before I even packed a thing. He was, you know what? He was surprisingly eager to make that agreement.
Not surprising.
Taking junk?
Well, I mean, it's junk to me, but
All worth something.
there's one of them. It's a Genesis wireless controller.
Probably junk. If it's even made by Sega from that era, I don't trust any I don't trust anything made by Nintendo.
Oh no, it's
like wireless from that era.
It's a no name. It's a no name brand. It's like Argo or something.
Argo, 6 buttons.
It's junk.
Yeah, unless it's the name's Hori on it, I don't trust it from that era.
And just to be safe.
What's Dave? I've never been to Dave and Buster's. What's Dave and Buster's like?
It's
like a
adult Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, that's exactly how I was going to describe it.
pretty awesome, actually. I loved it.
It's Chuck E. Cheese with beer.
Yeah.
Well, they also have like fruity drinks that are really good too.
Really?
I've had the snow cones; those are great.
Chuck E. Cheese has beer, 2 kinds. Here, anyways.
Okay.
Really?
Canadian and Coors Light. So when I was in there,
Now you froze.
And he froze.
Yep, they're froze. I would say I've been in there before where they
I don't know which one I should get.
they've had it before where I've been in there where they have like a pool table area, they have a giant arcade area, and they do stuff like you could do like they have like a driving range, like a digital driving range of your golfer thing where you can go in the room and see how far you can hit a ball. But it's all right. It's a pretty fun place.
They're bound to have a Star Wars battle pod. Fingers crossed. Hoping they do.
I've been
They do.
there.
But they don't have.
You
They don't.
steal in.
Yeah,
And yeah, they had that when I was there last.
that thing is awesome.
They don't take coins anymore. They have a swipe card, so you say, "Oh, I want to put $10 on my card." So
That reminds me, I didn't find my card before we go because I still have money on my last card.
FitNat, check it out, man. It
Oh,
fits
nice.
perfect. And it actually makes it so like the disc doesn't even move around in the tray now. Like, you know what I mean? Like doesn't.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I just put like a little piece of bubble wrap in there to pad it to make sure it doesn't come out.
Already got it cut for you.
Nice.
There you go.
It's nice to see people show up in the chat and be engaged in our conversation.
I didn't have the chat open.
Oh, don't worry. It's gone.
I missed it.
Nah.
That's probably a good thing. If anyone cares in Canada, the Thrawn Star Wars book is on sale for $25 right now on Amazon. Hardcover. It's $11 off. I'm just scrolling through the book sales. So.
Maybe.
Oh, my brain melted on that. You are in Canada. Why am I sending it to the States to send it to you? That makes no sense.
Yeah. Oh, The Art of Splatoon is also on sale for 29% off.
I'll get Derek to send it to you. He seems to be able to get cheap shipping. I can't figure it out.
Just buy an envelope.
I never find cheap shipping except for mailing games, like CD-based games. That's the only thing I can ever get
Yeah.
any decent price on.
How does that one work? Do they
What
take
work?
your audio CDs and let you ship them through media mail or something?
We don't get media mail. It doesn't exist here.
Oh.
Yeah.
By the
You
way,
just need to be able to fit in the mail slot. If you fit in the mail slot, you're a letter.
Yeah. So I go to Dollar M, I buy a bubble mailer, put it in the bubble mailer, and ship it like that. It's usually $2.95 with tax.
Yeah.
All right, I'll get him to ship it with
I buy the ones that say CD on them just so
because every time
So
I
they
do
don't
it, it's
crush
like
them.
$9.
Yeah, that should be because you're tracking or sending it as a package.
No,
No,
I'm
it
trying
doesn't-
to. I'm just trying to. I'm like, send this the
As cheap as
cheapest
possible.
possible,
Yeah.
and
Should be fine as long as it's not too thick.
No,
I've had
you
some
have to
bubblegum guys that are
package
too
it.
thick though.
You have to package it beforehand because if they know that it's like the girls at the counter here anyway said if the envelope has to be sealed so that they can say that they, as far as they know, it's still just a letter. But if they see it go in the package, then they know it's not a letter. They have to charge it as a small package.
Oh, interesting.
That's what I've been told.
I literally took that copy of Shadow Complex to the post office here that I sent you, showed it to them, bought the envelope there and sealed it up and mailed it to you. It was like $4.
Oh, well, okay. Maybe my girls are just
Joyks.
mean. Yeah.
Yes.
Have you tried that yet, by the way?
I don't even know where it is.
That's encouraging.
But greatly appreciated.
This box of stuff he's bringing.
Yeah, no, it's not. Yeah, it's
That would be a little weird.
That. I don't know where it is. It might be here. Hold on.
I'm gonna dial in my brain. Just a second.
Dial in that thought before you talk.
Yeah, I'm gonna dial in my speech pattern and thinking on this one before I actually do anything else. Put my wish list in the forums.
I'm doing that right now as we speak. I'm typing it up.
Yeah, I don't know where it is, Yoshi. It's or Fitnat. It's here somewhere.
Just gonna mute myself for a second here so I can do that.
But this is exactly how I end up with boxes of stuff.
Yep.
That I don't need.
Yep. You buy things and then you hide them like Easter eggs.
Yeah, that's right. I buy myself presents and hide them around the house so that when I find them, it's like a new surprise all over again.
You do an unboxing video of stuff that you found in a closet.
Yeah. I wonder where my Switch is. Actually, I found 2 Game Boys today.
Huh?
What kind?
I didn't think I owned 1 Game Boy. Sorry?
Oh, the original Game Boy?
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
And two Game Boy Advances, a pink one and like the bluish colored one.
Speaking
The pink
of
one's
Game
like
Boy,
that clear.
yeah. Speaking of Game Boy crap,
Just Game Boy Advances.
yeah. Speaking of Game Boy crap, I have the original Game Boy link cable and an SP charger. If anyone needs those, not that I'm going to bury. I just figured I'd mention that.
SP chargers are hard to find, man. Those are like gold.
Yeah, I actually took in a SP to trade to the local game store, and I got home and I saw it on my desk. And like, I forgot the charger. Whoops. So I still have that.
Meow.
Hi, kitty.
I have a kitty too.
Mine probably talks more.
Mine's asleep.
No, mine. If I say hi to him, he usually talks. Hey, do. No, he's napping before he goes out to kill. It's almost the witching hour.
Ew,
The
my
mice around
pretty.
here call
Ew.
it. Yeah.
Meow.
But yeah, he's pretty talkative when he'll lay out on we have a concrete walkway up to our house and he'll lay on it and like roll around on his back. And if you say his name, he always responds. Camera shy.
Mine likes
So
to
you guys leave him Friday morning?
to me. Yeah. For them.
Musty. Right.
Yeah, sorry.
What's up? Sorry, I had all
You guys-
these BGE texts coming in here.
All I heard was Friday morning. I didn't hear the start.
Yeah,
to the
you're leaving
question.
Friday morning?
We are. Am I ready for Friday morning? Yeah, I'm going to be on the road at like 4:30. So
I won't be up that early. I'll probably be up. I'll probably be on the road around 6 a.m. ish.
that's good.
Because well, I don't know whereabouts. I know I'm gonna hit some kind of traffic when I cross over to Illinois, because you always do.
You might. You gonna stop at the Cheese Castle on the way?
That's a tourist trap, and there's a million other places that serve cheese.
Yeah, their spotted cow is far more expensive than everyone else's spotted cow.
Because it's just right before you cross the border, you can't get it across the border. So it's like your last chance, basically.
It's all those people going to Great America who want to run up another 20 minutes to go grab some good beer.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
But no, I'm excited. But like I said, we've been talking about it. I want to resist the urge to just stare at my 2DS the whole way up. Like
you won't. I would be surprised because you'll start talking. You guys will be having conversations. You will play less games than you expect.
Yeah.
It'll be good to have. You'll hit that. So how far between
Musty,
you guys
and
the Q Dogs?
Musty, you're gonna crash. I know for what's called being on the road at 4 a.m. You're gonna crash for that ride.
You'll see. I'll probably crash that night. I don't know. We'll see.
But I
haven't been in Michigan for a long time, so it's like
the trip's gonna be real short for you because you're just gonna sleep right through it.
No, I barely sleep as it is.
I was gonna ask the Q Dogs, but they're not here. If they wanted to stop and get breakfast right before we leave, maybe like something quick, like a Whack Arnold's breakfast or something.
Cracker Barrel.
I haven't had Cracker Barrel in over a decade. I wouldn't mind trying Cracker Barrel again.
The timing on that, though.
I know.
I actually just listened to that episode today. That's probably go.
Searching for Cracker Barrels in Michigan. No, maybe. I don't know.
They're always off the freeway.
This is true.
I've never seen a Cracker Barrel anywhere, like just like in the middle, like, oh, it's right by, where's that new Chili's going up? Oh, it's right next to the Cracker Barrel.
I give you cat cam.
Colleen said she can't go to sleep without me.
We going to?
That would get me in a lot of trouble. She doesn't like light in the bedroom. We have to sleep in like pitch darkness.
I do too.
Like blackout blinds, blackout curtains on top of the blackout blinds, and then she wears an eye mask. So the glowing tablet would be a concern. All right, I will. I'll see you guys later.
All right.
See you, Sean.
Talk to you soon.
Let's see what else I want here.
You scanning through the forums right now?
Oh no, I'm typing up my list here basically.
I need to type mine. I have mine going, but
I think I got a Word document because then I could just copy and paste it. Because if you wait too long, you time out on the forums. So.
So what's the list for?
Just what you're kind of looking for at the convention.
Well, so people can tell you where the deals are.
Well, no. It's like in case, like, let's say you're shopping, you find a game you want, but I find 2 games Musty wants, or something like that. Maybe we can say, hey, Musty, this guy's got 2 games. Maybe we can bundle it with mine here, like make help each other out, or if if there's a game and you don't see it, but Musty sees it and he goes, hey, that guy over there's got it. It's just right over there. May have to ask for it, just to help each other out. Or if anyone's actually got a game, that someone's looking for, they could say, hey, I got a game. Maybe you can work something out here. So just to help each other out.
You try to bonder.
What?
They got the places at Bundaroo.
Oh, Bundaroos.
At least that's what I saw over too many games. There were literally places that had signs hanging up that says, yes, we Bundaroo. Not bundle, Bundaroo.
That's good.
Ooh, I want to see what's on Dean's list. And not the Dean's list.
It's just like an endless list. It's like a Santa's good list or something like that. You just said rolls and scroll.
He has everything else.
Oh, here we go. Games I'm looking
up the
for.
forums here. All right. I have to refresh this one then real quick here. Ooh, let's get another one.
While everybody's looking, I wish I had my list of stuff I'm selling up there.
You can put that up there too. Say, hey, this is what I got on my table.
Yeah, because I'm working on the list now.
There's always something like you never think about it, and then you see it, and then you're like, oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
One random stupid thing I'm looking for, but it's not really a concern. So if I find it, I find it. If I don't care. Is I have an empty just case and manual for X-Men Origins Wolverine on the DS. But I collect X-Men games.
So random.
It is. Much like finding a empty case of that game specifically. If nothing else, it'll be a good DS replacement case.
I'm selling some of those at the swap too.
I have something I'm considering bringing on Dean's list.
If Bayonetta 2 gets announced for the Switch, I would rebuy it again. Just because I would want to show support. For that franchise. I really can't talk today. I'm really bad at talking.
Gonna support the franchise.
Yeah.
I can't judge.
Thanks for making fun of me. It makes me feel good, real good.
I can't judge. I can barely speak. The best of times.
The worst of times?
The best of times, the worst of times.
You say something?
What else am I looking for?
Try to me out, cat. And nothing came out. My cat will do that. Where it's like she went to meow and nothing comes out.
Okay.
Sorry.
Sounds like a yawn.
No, it was like
I wonder if Dean is still here. Missing our questions.
Yeah, no.
Because I was thinking about bringing that, but
so.
What are you here for?
Okay.
Snowball microphone?
Mm-hmm.
All I can see is snowball microphone.
Oh, sorry. No, I'm trying to charge my phone. Can't find the right. Can't find the spot. There it is.
I'm gonna say anything.
There you go, Derek.
Damn it! More work.
More work. And there goes the Yoshi.
He disappeared.
Yep. This is the episode where everyone looks at the forums.
Hey, they wanted traffic.
Well, we're giving it to him.
That's good of the context too.
Yep. All these are going to end up edited into a song on Retro Fandango at some point.
It all depends on how busy I am tomorrow at work.
But yeah, the whole SNES Classic thing kind of throws a lot of this collection into question, right?
What happens if you can't get it though? Like
I'm not.
You couldn't
No,
get the NES collection.
I already have a reservation.
What happens if they only get like 10?
They
Or
will
3?
fulfill it once. I'm
What happens if
pretty
they don't
sure
get
they're going to get more than 27 over the span of the calendar year.
I don't know. I've listened to Console Wars and I know how Nintendo works.
Where's that section on the forums? What section is it in?
It's under
Gaming convention.
gaming conventions.
Okay.
Yeah.
They told me that they did the same thing for the NES Classic. They did the same thing when the Switch came out, and they fulfilled all of those before one ever hit the floor, until the point where they stopped offering it. But they fulfilled every single one of them. So I have confidence.
I don't.
Well, you don't know this stuff. You don't know this
After all this debacle, I don't.
Okay.
With the likelihood of actually getting one of those still up in the air, I would not get rid of Super Mario RPG or Super Castlevania 4 yet. Because those are both really good games. And desirable too. Those could go up or down at any moment.
I will think about it. One of them's on Dean's list, and so although I'm sure there will be plenty of copies.
Yeah, there's going to be plenty of those. You don't need to part with yours because of that.
Okay.
It's a nice thought, but if you end up getting rid of it and then you can't get a SNES Classic, you're going to be a little out of luck, especially since the games that are on there might go up because of people that couldn't get the SNES Classic.
That's also true. So don't bring Earthbound, is what you're telling me?
Who cares about Earthbound?
Get rid of him. Get rid of Earthbound.
What I'm hoping to do is if I need to use that to fund October.
I don't think that game's gonna shift anywhere drastically anytime soon. Because that's pretty consistent, isn't it?
Yeah, it's consistently between like 150 and 180 US.
Yeah, I don't think the SNES Classic would put that up. Because more than likely, the SNES Classic in the scalper realm is going to end up going for about the same as the game anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least it'll even out to that at some point. at most. So it's still an expensive proposition, but the game might actually end up being cheaper or around the same as just buying that. So that's not going to go up because of the SNES Classic, I don't think. It might even go down. Probably not, but...
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah.
We'll see. Chrono Trigger's definitely coming with me, though.
There are other ways to do that.
I have the DS. I have the DS copy.
Are you only looking for trade for that one?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
That's the only reason why maybe, like, if you're going to get rid of, your Mario and your Castlevania, maybe, unless you're going to trade it, I wouldn't sell it.
If I could trade those three for, like, Evo or something,
that's
like
not going to be on your SNES Classic.
No, Evo's not on the SNES Classic.
Till it gets hacked and you can put anything you want on it.
But I don't want to hack it.
I don't want to hack it.
I don't.
Sound like Jerry in the pirate shirt.
Well, if you can't find a reasonable trade for your Chrono Trigger, I'm interested. So,
okay,
we'll figure something out.
Yeah,
but I don't want to spend cash, so we'll figure something out.
I can send you on a mission or something.
Yeah.
Do you take Bitcoin?
Well, it's like if I could be like, go find me game X, and then I don't care what you spend on it or what you do to acquire it. Like,
negotiate it.
Do something like that. Maybe we'll see.
Well, I'm definitely not sending P1 to go do that. Apparently, he doesn't haggle or anything.
Correct.
He's like functionally useless at a swap meet.
What's called all you sellers are all like, P1, come here, come shop.
Good idea.
We got all the best deals right here. No need to barter.
Yeah, you guys with tables will have to like haggle for them. You'll be like good cop, bad cop, but you're both.
Ooh, let's take a look at your list.
My list is massive, but there's only like a few that I'm like.
My list is
What's up now?
My list is larger than yours.
Ooh.
Okay.
I'm not bragging, but it's like, but I have.
Kind of sounds like we're having a little.
I think we're getting a measuring tape out here.
Yeah.
He's got the prettier hair and the longer list.
Yeah.
He's got everything going for this guy. I'm telling you.
How are you an asshole?
He's not vain in the slightest.
The nice thing is, in looking through this, I know I'm not like fighting over anything with any of you guys so far.
Oh, that's good.
Like I have no overlap. It's good. But those trilogy collections on the PS3, that's those aren't on my list.
Which ones?
Sly Cooper and Silent Hill HD.
Okay, I don't have Silent Hill. I have Sly Cooper, and I'm probably never going to play them. I have like almost all of them, I think, of those trilogies.
You don't have the Jax collection on there?
I thought I have that. But, I mean, the things that I own and thinking of selling, not things that I'm going to buy.
I have Kabuki Quantum Fighter, and I have no idea if I'm actually interested in keeping it. I'll have to play that again.
Let me know.
Yeah. It's not a very expensive game, is it?
I can't even remember.
I shall check.
I see these things, or I hear about them, or somebody talks about them, and I put them on the list, and then I don't even know some of those games. I don't even know what they're about anymore.
I think I paid $10 for it, but it might be like a $15 game.
It's $15 now on Price Charting.
Okay.
It's random enough that I might keep it just on the novelty.
Yeah.
Because it's a game where it's one of like 2 video games that you attack people with your hair in it.
Oh, Kabuki. Yeah.
Yep.
What's the other one?
Shantae.
It's true.
I was going to say it's the only game where you attack someone with your hair, and then I remembered Shantae. I'm like, never mind, it's the second. But it's the first game involving attacking with hair that I'm aware of. But
Trying to
if-
decide if I
I'd
should
be
thin out.
interested to find out if there are any other like hair attack video games. Just because that's such a random thing.
Yeah, like of all the systems I have a list for, like, so I put out that call for Dreamcast games today, and I got like 16 suggestions. Actually, I got a whole lot more. I didn't write them all down, and some of them are, Gunbird is like $100 game.
Sorry about
Gunbird
that.
2.
Well, here's the thing: you can burn it and try it out to see if you like it. That's the thing. It's very fun. I don't know if you're a big shooter fan, but it's one of the few ones I really like. And I only have a burnt copy. I would like to have a physical copy.
I still have.
I realize it's an expensive game, but one of the beautiful things about the Dreamcast is you can burn it and try it before you buy it. So
yeah.
Well, Eric wrote down Mars Matrix, which is also in that
That one
range.
burned right over here. That came with my Dreamcast when I bought it.
What's Mars Matrix?
Shoot
I
'em up.
don't know.
Schmoop.
Schmoop.
It's a schmoop.
But yeah, like I'm down to 16. 16 of the ones that were recommended I have on that, just for the Dreamcast. But then like everything else, it's like for Genesis, I have like 2 games. For Master System, I have 3. Saturn, I have 3. SNES, I have 3. Sega CD, I have 4.
I just threw mine down alphabetically.
Actually, since we're talking about buying and selling and trading games, I have a list that's, I think, almost 100% accurate to what I have of games I have for sale on a tracking website. I can just put that in the group chat here. It's like all a common crap, but hey, you never know.
if it helps somebody out.
Yeah, people can just save that and check it every now and again. Ask me if I've added anything new, I guess. If I can remember how the hell to get to that list from here. There it is. I'm going to post it in the group chat, but not on Discord. That would be the wrong place. Well,
I will check it later in order to keep this Hangout alive instead of me checking my phone every 5 seconds.
Yeah, and I'll check through it, make sure there's nothing in there that's no longer for sale and stuff like that.
I still got to go through then and put all these games I got here in for trade.
That's what I'm doing. My bin of stuff to sell. One of my bins.
I usually just did like a YouTube video ahead of time.
Yeah, I know. I'm actually selling them there though, and I keep track of everything, so I want to know what I have. In case anything goes missing, or in case I forget what I sold something for.
Yeah. The best thing I have on that list I just posted in there is probably Pokemon Coliseum. In terms of desirability. For a higher end thing.
I need that actually. I have the box.
Why does no one have complete games?
Never mind. I have Pokemon Stadium. I got confused in my old age.
Did you end up getting the BioShock collection? And that's why
all the BioShocks are on there?
Yeah.
I am aware of the BioShock collection. That's why those are on there. Because I know if I'm going to play those games, which I will, that's how I'm going to play it. I'm just waiting for the sweet spot on price.
When I took it in for that 60% trade, I took them in because I got the collection at Christmas. So, and that's the way I'm going to play them too.
Yeah.
Oh, can someone explain Scholar of the First Sin versus just Dark Souls 2?
Oh, it's like there's.
It's a harder version. It's kind of
harder. It's a little bit of like a remixed version, I guess.
Someone described it to me as, you remember with Ocarina of Time, they have the Master Quest, which is a much harder, and they change stuff around. That's the version. So it's not really the same game, but it is, but it's a much harder version of the game. So
yeah,
I've
I
heard
can
people
destroy
complain
it
about
trying to
it.
play
So
that. That's not why I'm selling it. It's like, if I'm going to play this, I'd probably rather play it on PS4 if I'm going to play that version of it, but I also would just rather get the original basic game, just try it out that way. So it's just like that version is not particularly desirable for me anymore. Yeah, there's a couple Xbox One games on there. Nothing too exciting.
I have all the Souls now, except Bloodborne, obviously. But
I'm adding another game on there. I doubt anyone gives a damn. It's Freedom Fighters on GameCube. I don't know if that game's just bad or if the controls are just bad on that version.
I swear that I was watching an Xbox thing from, was it GameSack? They were going through games, and they said that was a good game on the Xbox.
I've heard that too.
Yeah, that's why I wanted it on the Xbox. I just played that version. I'm like, the controls seem wonky. But it's also dated, so that's also another potential reason.
Soul Calibur.
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested to see what this game lounge is going to be all about.
I can tell you.
The what now?
You know.
I'm donating or lending a modded Xbox with arcade games and my arcade stick to it.
Awesome.
Nice.
So that's one thing, and I think there's going to be another machine basically the same there.
Oh, they got to add a couple hours if they're going to make a gaming lounge.
It's also, I thought it was going to be like a separate room. I was asking, like, where is my stuff going to be exactly? And Hodge said it's basically going to be at the end of the Cartridge Club table row.
Interesting.
You'd say, go wash your hands before you touch my controller.
Yeah, that would be nice. Maybe I should put some wipes there or something.
It's not a bad idea. All the people are going to touch it. You know, you'll be touching games and bins.
Yeah.
Germs galore.
I did ask Hodge to put up a sign that says no food or drink nearby.
Let me just put this large Coke, this biggie size cup of Coke here, right on this arcade stick.
Yep.
Oops. Butterfingers.
I'd be sad.
I know. You just feel like frowny face. Max.
Maximum Frown Town.
So yeah, let's see. My Sega CD list. You guys are gonna love this. Star Wars chess.
You're getting rid of Super Castlevania 4 for Star Wars chess.
Marky Mark make my video. NXS make my video. And Crisscross make my video.
Nice.
Do you understand the definition of like? I won't like it.
I think that's phenomenal.
I already have the CNC Power what is it? Power Factory with CNC Music Factory. I already have that.
So what's your interest in them? They're just so quirky and awful they want it, or?
Well, so Crisscross was the first CD, actual CD that I had ever gotten for my birthday. I don't know. There's just, I have played them before. And they are kind of that weird blending of, music video and just, kind of Sega CD goofiness.
Yeah, there is something to be said for collecting oddities. Like, they may not necessarily be good, but they're interesting.
Those aren't particularly expensive, are they?
No, they're not. They're not. I didn't see any of them in Portland. And I truly doubt that there's a ton of people collecting those, but
there might be people
every time I saw Sega CD, it was like, it was the staples. It was your Mortal Kombat 2 and your NHL 94 and those kind of
Yeah.
games. There's none of the weird stuff like Wirehead or Time Gal or the Kids at Play or something like that. I can't remember what that one's called.
What about
Kids on Site? That's one of them. The Two Lethal Enforcers games. Although I really would prefer to not have to bring a justifier across the border.
we'll just smuggle that somehow. Bend over, Musty.
I know. Like Prize Fighter and
I love Lethal Enforcers.
what could be a good one to find.
This is a good episode for Derek to be on.
Cadillacs and Dinosaurs.
Because when I'm on them, I usually don't re-listen to them. At least the part that I'm on.
Yep.
Are we? We're doing a recording in a couple of days, aren't we?
Yep.
Nice.
Surprise!
Oh, is that supposed to be? That's supposed
No,
to be a secret.
I just normally didn't say because I never know if people are going to have to cancel.
Oh, okay.
Not a big deal.
I didn't know. I
was going to say it to you earlier, and I'm like, just in case. You never know.
Yeah.
Now you committed to it, so you can't back out now.
No
You
cancel.
have it on tape.
I'll just sleep during it.
Works for me.
I can't do this right now. All right, I guess I'll prepare something.
And Saturn, because I guess I won't sell my Saturn. Silly to have all the Sega consoles, but not one of them, right?
Yeah, that would
Yeah.
be sacrilege.
Mm-hmm.
So
We'll need
looking
the
for
Mach
Bust
3
Move
next.
2, Bust a Move 2, Night Warriors, Darkstalker's Revenge, and Nights into Dreams.
Off topic, but if anyone cares, I started a comic book chat in the Discord. If anyone wants to talk comics on there. There's not very many people in there right now.
There's a Discord.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pretty much dead now.
No wonder. No wonder I have no clue what's going on.
Yeah, rise from your grave.
Do all games in Canada that come out now, like new, do they all have like the French on them, or is it just sometimes they have it on there, like the French variants?
They have to have a
Probably
French
always.
manual.
Huh?
Really?
They have to have a French manual.
Yeah, that's when you see the old ones. You see
If
those
there's a manual.
rewraps.
If there's a manual, it'll have a French variant as well.
Okay.
But I'm glad we haven't had to deal with that because those things are annoying. That's like the one major upside to not having manuals anymore. Not having to deal with that crap in Canada. Because those things aren't even the right size.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're
that's
usually
weird.
wrong. I don't know why they do that.
Yeah, they're like
Is it-
sealed. They're sealed onto the back of the case or something.
Sometimes. Yeah.
Hey, it protects the game for if you don't open it, it protects it for years. It's like it's like padding on it. It's great.
Yeah.
You just open it up and then it's like regular sealed inside.
Because I wanted Hyrule Warriors for 3DS, but I don't want like the French writing on the back. Basically, I know that's my big thing. Is I don't. What's up?
Then don't get it here.
I know that's the thing. So I was like, well, I guess I'll just won't put it on my list for this one. I'll save that for Portland.
Yep.
What an English snob.
An American snob. Thank you.
Can't even have like a little bit French on something.
No, my OCD kicks in because then I'll know it's not like the American. You know, if there's no difference, I don't care. But since there's like a difference, I don't, you know, I want the American version.
Let me take a look at like some 3DS games and I'll tell. And I mean, that's not going to tell you a whole lot, but let me just
It'll
check
help.
it out.
Here's DS. DS Pokemon game from 2007 for sale in U.S., Mexico, Canada, Latin America. There's no French on it. Oh, you know what? Never mind. That's for an American friend.
Whoopsie.
The one set of games that won't actually work to compare. No, I don't know about this one because I bought it used, but
I don't know. I'm looking at this 3DS game and it has French on it.
I know some do in the States too.
Yeah, a lot of
Nintendo got kind of lazy there for a period where just like they put Spanish, French, and English on their games.
made the manuals really thick.
Really girthy.
it's fun to laugh.
If you will.
Yeah. That's thick. I think that's
So
all that.
let me ask for those who have been to this event before. Do you find, and as sellers, maybe this is also a good question to ask. Is everyone looking for, deals right out the gate?
Everybody's looking for things that they can't find right off the gate, usually.
Okay.
Most people aren't looking for necessarily a deal. I think most of the guys that are going there are collectors who are looking for the things they can't find
on a regular basis.
Maybe not most. It's hard to say.
Well,
yeah, it just depends. Like you'll get whatever kind of people, right? Like there's not one way people approach it. So
sure.
Yeah. So right off the bat, everybody kind of goes.
I'm wondering if it would be bad form to
right
away and
right off the
assume
bat, you're gonna have game stores running around the place with their boys that are trying to like scoop up everything, and they'll grab like a whole bunch of stuff off a table and then try to get a deal by bundling.
Yeah, so that's if you're a vendor or if you're VIP, right?
Yeah.
How big of a difference is the VIP versus like the regular crowd? Like, is it
Half an hour early, or you mean the people themselves?
Yeah, like I mean, how many more people is it? Like, how many people are? 'Cause to me, $5 difference. I don't know why you wouldn't do MVP
So for the Waterloo swap, they sold tons of VIP tickets, but I believe they had more people overall than Hodge, but like 10% or more were VIP.
I'd say the last one they didn't have more than Hodge.
Yeah, for sure. The last one doesn't count because that wasn't even Waterloo, really.
Yeah.
That's after a rebrand, and one of the guys isn't there anymore, so I didn't count that one. But all the other ones, it's usually that there's a lot of VIP, and that made some people angry once Hodge started doing his, and VIP actually meant something.
Yeah. Because you cut it off at a certain number.
Does he make it like.
I thought Hodge said like 300 VIP or something like that. Wasn't that what I heard one time?
I have no idea. I can't remember.
Or is that the Waterloo way? It might have been what Waterloo had.
I don't know if Waterloo had a cap. Did they have a cap on it?
I doubt they actually did. Well, they still have to print the tickets, so maybe they did.
They just find out how many tickets they need and print that many, though.
It's possible, but I think they did the other way around.
VIP is always good because you get in there and you can find the people slipping on it deals or whatever. But even if you get VIP, like I find you don't have enough time to get around the place.
No, you don't. If you pay attention to anything at all, you don't have time. If you had one game for one system, like let's say a Wii U game, because the cases stand out.
Yeah.
I mean, you could find that in the time needed, like in the VIP time. But like the old Waterloo swap, it was only 15 minutes early, which was garbage.
Yeah.
Whereas at Barry, you get in half an hour early.
Me and Musty, we split off. We go different ways.
I thought Barry was an hour.
No,
I think you might be right. I thought it was an hour.
I thought it was an hour too. Then all the crumb bums sit outside.
I'm going to be there screaming my head off until he lets me in.
Well, I'm vending, so I'll be there picking over everything you want.
Yeah. I'll just give you a list. You can run around for me. That's something I really discourage, and sometimes it's unavoidable because I'm really nice. So when like people come around before the show starts, it drives me freaking absolutely nuts. Like it makes me want to walk away from the table.
Are they offering you your cash, like your price, your sticker price, or are they lowballing you too?
No, well, I mean, if they're bundling, they might try to get like a few bucks off or whatever. But like, it's just like I don't want to like VIPs are coming in. They paid extra to get into the show.
Yeah.
I feel like a scuzz bag selling it to a store before people get in to get deals.
Yeah, I mean, I thought there was a rule about that for the Waterloo swap originally, where they said not to do that, but
they said not to. They said not to do it, but nobody enforced that.
Gotcha.
And people were doing it anyways. But I think at one of the Waterloo ones, I was like, absolutely not. I said, come back when the show starts. And then I think I can't remember which one it was, but I was just like, oh, and then like someone came over and they just wanted a ton of stuff, and they're like $300. I'm like, oh man, like how could I say no to this guy?
Yeah. It's part of the reason is also the vendors don't actually have that much time to walk around either, because you're busy vending once everybody comes in.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm talking about like game stores. That's what they're doing. They're sending.
They've got 5 guys there. Around to look around. Yeah.
So the vendors, what time do the vendors get there at? So you have enough time, to set up and probably look at everyone else's shit.
I'm a vendor and I don't even know.
What time? I'd show up like probably an hour and a half before the show starts. The
show starts at noon.
So I would probably be there like 10.
But if VIP lets in at 11, does that?
So that's an hour to get set up. It depends on how much you have to set up. Are you doing a full table?
I am, yeah. I was only going to do a half.
It might take you that long. Depends on how you set your stuff up.
I've already set my stuff up at home as a trial, so I got an idea of how things being laid out.
Wow, that's hardcore, bro.
James and I were talking. He's like, I'm going to set it up ahead of time at home. I'm like, that's an awesome idea. Because I've never vended, so I didn't know if I'd have enough room or if I had too little stuff.
So you just got like a big table and figured out how you're going to set it up?
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
6-foot folding table. And then a shelf behind that I'm going to bring.
If you're at the end, I always put the shelf at the end of the table if I can.
Yeah, I was wondering how I'm going to do the shelf. Behind me is the only thing I can really think of that'll work no matter what. Because otherwise people won't be able to see the bottom of the shelf, right?
Yeah,
the top line on the shelf.
Put the shelf on the table? No.
Yeah.
Waterloo hassled me because other vendors were complaining that I had more space because I put my shelf at the end of my table. I was like, so Andrew came over and he's like, and like he's a nice guy, so
yeah.
But he's just like, people are complaining that they got like your thing, and it's like, really, people need to like get an end table or stuff it up there, like.
Well, did you see CJR at the second last Waterloo swap had like his own section where it was like where they put a table afterthought, right? So he had the whole floor covered with stuff too. Like all around. He had standees there because he has all those standees he picks up at EB Games. Yeah. But if they're going to complain about that.
Yeah. No, he wasn't complaining. It was other vendors.
No, I mean, if they're going to complain about that.
But it wasn't, it's not like it was in their way. It was at the end of a row. Like, I just happened to have the table at the end of the row because I had a shelf. That was the point.
Yeah.
Of having that table. But, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm not at the end of a row.
Yeah, so I mean, in that first hour, it's probably silly to try to ask for anything, right? Because there's no. They've got
absolutely not.
They've got the masses. The masses will buy it at their going rate.
No,
it depends on what it is. But if it's anything in high demand, yeah, for sure, you're not going to get a deal.
Size up who you're dealing with and go look at. Is this guy trying to unload stuff? Is this a guy who's trying to whatever?
Is it a store or is it
stores? Like stores, forget about stores. Stores are useless. You can't even haggle with them. The only thing you can do
is flip the hair, right? Just flip the hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll work.
It would work on me. The only thing that you can you can do like with stores is basically trade and hope that they like your prices.
Yeah, they're not gonna.
I do it. You just got to get the right store. There's decent stores, like they look at your prices. Like if you have your prices at good prices and not ridiculously overpriced or eBay priced or something like that, and they look at it and they're like, "That's a decent price." They'll just buy it straight up from you. I've really never had stores.
Depends on what it is, though. It has to be something that they know they're going to sell at that swap.
Oh, absolutely. But yeah. But if you have stuff, then you can like do it. So if they're like, "Oh, I'll give you like this in cash," kind of thing, you might be able to get what you want in trade credit with them. Depends on how you look at your stuff, though. Like for instance, if your goal is just to make money, then whatever. If your goal is to acquire games that you don't have, then like that's something else. Like so, for instance, I'll take a small hit knowing their prices are jacked up and my prices are low. I'll take a small hit on that, also knowing that I bought all this stuff at a thrift shop and and it's like I have like $35 worth of stuff here and I'm going to get a $150 game.
Yeah.
Like that, like I figured it on my end. So it doesn't bother me that so much that, you know, because they'll be like, well, that's what you got your price at, and this is what we're priced at. I'm like, yeah, but you know, your copy of Chrono Trigger you have for $400 isn't really reasonable. But that's store prices. Other people, they're trying to unload their stuff, man. They want out of whatever. They want out of the doubles. They're tired of doing shows. They just want to get rid of the stuff, and they're willing to work with you. Other people, they're a little more stingy. It just depends on the vendor. So if you go in there, don't go in there thinking, oh, they just want the price they want. Whatever. Like talk to these people, find out like if you can get a deal. Ask. Never hurts to ask. The worst they're gonna say is no. And then you just give them a bad review on Google or something.
I've had people get actively offended when I ask if they'll go lower on a price, and I'll just say, I'm just asking a question. I'm not demanding that you lower your price or insulting what you have it priced at. I'm just asking if you would go lower.
Oftentimes when I'm vending, I'm like, hey man, if you know, at the end of the show, if that item is still on the table, I'll do that price for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's always good relation. Like unless a person's total lowball, and then no, but
yeah, but it's like asking if you'd go $5 lower. That's not unreasonable. Yet I've got people just actively offended about that.
Some people are like that. My price is perfect. There's nothing that needs to change about it or whatever, and they think they're an expert. So,
and if that's the case, I'll usually end up buying the item anyway. It's just it doesn't hurt to ask first.
Of course, yeah.
I was trying to think, like, do I like first hour strategy, right? Do you find out what like the 2 or 3 things that you
really want
to make that the focus?
Especially if there's something that's going to sell fast. Yes.
I just can't think of, like, I'm looking at my list and I can't think of which item that is yet.
Yeah.
So then the point you made of things that you could find quickly or could at least peruse quickly, like that's an interesting strategy.
Yeah, that and the more expensive or harder to come by games that you're looking for first, obviously.
I mean, you could tear through the place, just ask every single vendor, you got a copy of this? Nope. Go to the next table. Got a copy of this? Nope. Go to the next table. You don't need to peruse anything.
Some of them will tell you they don't even know, though.
Yeah, some of them really don't know what's on their own table, which is ridiculous. I mean, unless, you know.
If it's like a common title, then no. But if it's like a really unique thing, then they'll probably know.
Should I just be the guy who's
and then you get to see the vendor that has like Evo sitting in a bin with like common games. And he has like, well, an inflated price because he's a game store, but it's just like sitting there. I'm like, dude, like it's just sitting in a bin with the rest of it, like 3 copies of Earthbound sitting there, like
Have you ever asked about a game to people vending that's just so out of left field that like the what the what game now? I've
done that for sure. Even game stores, they don't know every game in existence.
Like I didn't know this game either, but I have a friend locally here that is a big RPG collector.
Mhm.
It's probably like the biggest RPG collector in the area, not like Vancouver, but like kind of in this area. But he basically only looks for that now. But I asked him last year for the Vancouver Expo because he couldn't go. I said, "Is there anything you're really looking for that you were going to look for? I can ask for you." And he said, "Yeah, Brigandine on PS1." I'm like, "The what now?"
I know that game.
Yeah, and
Why does
I,
that
went
sound
every,
familiar?
I went to every single vendor at the Vancouver Expo. Was like, "We don't even know what that is."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Neither do I." Moving on. No one had it, unsurprisingly. That's always like one of those weird things.
Yeah, it's like if I could find my top 3 NES I'm looking for, that would set up the day pretty well.
The only time I think I've had to like really tear through to find something was when I picked up that Dragon Quest 6 on DS. This year I found it at some place and they said that they would hold it for like the next 20 minutes or something. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna take a quick loop, see if anyone has it. Anyone else has it for cheaper or at all. No one else had it, so just quick tear through. It's like, do you have this? Do you have this? And no one had it. And I believe Musty froze, or I
Nope.
froze, or he just fell
looking
asleep for a second. Okay.
The other thing I need to do is be quick on my feet on conversion. That's going to be the tough part.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Get used to doing that math in your head if you can.
Yeah.
Or just always have a calculator ready to use on your phone. Or something.
Pre-calculate $5 increments.
Yeah, there you go.
Put on a piece of paper.
That's a good point. Yeah. Well, like I think the way I look at it, like if I see the price and it would be a good US price, it's a very good
Canadian price.
It's a very good Canadian price.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a very smart suggestion, Derek. No wonder I didn't hear it and think about it.
Hey, sometimes I'm smart.
Yep.
It's known to happen.
And frequently I'm dumb.
Yeah, like if I could find 2 of these 3, I'd be pretty happy.
Mm.
Bucky, Dragon Warrior 4, and Wampum.
Mm.
All right. 2 bins inventoried.
If you're not vending, a good idea is to bring a list of stuff you have for trade, and then show it to vendors.
Okay.
I've done that before, and like because I kept the stuff in my car, right? Because I can't haul around all that stuff. So
Yeah, I don't haul a box
I
around.
just walked up with a list and I put like the price I was basically looking for that game. And at the one Waterloo swap, this guy's just like, "Yeah, I'll take that, and that." And I just went up to the car, brought it in, got a game off of him, and he gave me like $50 on top of it, kind of thing. So that's always a good way to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I hauled around a backpack full of manuals once and no one bit on anything. That was a poor decision.
I always usually hold off on the trunk deals. Like I don't do them at the very start, just because I don't want to step on Hodge's toes. Like I didn't get a table, but I'm using your venue to, move stuff out of my trunk.
Greasy trunk deals.
Hey, they're the best in town, man.
They're the greasiest.
Just find out what title it is and then wait.
Well, if you don't have anything worth getting a table for, but you have a list and you have trunk space,
You're gonna do
anything wrong with that.
You're gonna do the thing where you just have a sheet printed off with all the games.
It's my trade pile. It's just that I don't want to I'm not gonna go in at the start of the show and be like, "Hey, don't buy that copy of blah blah blah. Come up to my car and get it for cheaper," like to somebody and
screw
a vendor over in the place or whatever.
Yeah, but
you're linking to the table.
Yeah, but if that
They can
person's
both-
looking at that game and they decide not to bite on it, but they did want it, you can then pull them aside after and say, "Hey, I've got
Yeah.
this."
It's like
And I got the greasiest deals in town. So
you're
get
like
over-
you're like those t-shirt guys, vendors outside of a concert trying to sell the knockoff shirts.
yeah, exactly.
They're like, the same shirts are inside, man, and they're gonna sell them for $30. I got them for you for 10.
But when things calm down, then I'm like, hey, like you're done looking around or whatever, like come up to the car, check it out.
Yep.
It's right down that dark alley right over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have to come with your pants off. But that's it. Everything else is fine.
But I got the best deals, man. It's totally worth it.
It's totally worth it. Trust me.
Just go farther in the truck.
Yeah.
Just a little bit
Don't
deeper.
mind the smell.
I don't even know.
Does this smell like
I don't even know
chloroform?
what this the venue looks like actually at this place because he keeps changing the location. So
That was a hall pass reference, Musty. I love that movie. Fantastic movie. I forgot what his name was, but he gives his name after it. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, there's always that etiquette there as far as when to jump on the stuff you have when someone's selling stuff. Like, if I'm in a game store and someone's trading in a whole bunch of stuff, I'll see what the store is actually going to take first, and then I'll say, can I see what you're not trading in?
yeah. I had people do that when I took in a bin. They're like standing there and they're kind of like, I'm like, you can look if you want. I don't care because trust me, this guy's probably going to give me nothing anyways for all this stuff.
Yeah. It's
But
like,
they
wait
never-
for... Yeah, if I'm in someone's store, I'll wait for their deal to be done and then look at what's left.
Yeah. They were curious about what I had in the bin, basically.
Yeah.
They wanted to see what was in there.
Yeah.
But since the store was trying to offer me $60 for 100 games, I was like, no.
No, thank you.
Yeah. Especially when you've got like that title, just this random title I had on the shelf for $35. And I'm not expecting $35 for it because that's overpriced for it.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna do that, and like that's not even that's like half of what that's more than half of what you're offering is that one game.
Yeah,
So
sometimes
even-
if I take something into trade and they're like already working with a customer or something, I'll just browse around and see if they have what I brought in and see what they priced it at.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. Exactly what I was doing. Walked around, I was like, oh yeah, I got that in the bin. See what they got on it.
Yep.
Went around and there was like quite a few $100 worth of stuff. And that was just a few games from the bin.
Yeah.
But whatever. Awful, man. I hate the stores around here. They're awful.
I hate the store around here.
I mean,
Singular.
there's other stores I haven't been to, but the ones I've been
Yeah.
to in Mississauga, I can't. They're miserable. Their prices are awful.
One store here. I've got one store here local to me. Prices are awful or great, depending on if they gave a damn pricing that day or knew what they had. Like, I had a friend grab Klonoa 2 for like $5 because they just thought it was
nice.
like a generic platformer. They did not give a damn.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so it's like you find stuff like that, and that's the only reason I go in there still is because they'll just price something because they don't give a shit enough to check. But 9 times out of 10, if you know what the title is, it'll be way too much.
Yeah.
And also, they're kind of jerks. So there's that too.
Well, there was the one nearby, and they had like Mario Kart Double Dash, $85.
No.
I'm like, yeah.
That's actually this. Yeah.
That's not even close to the going rate of that game.
Yeah, that's actually the story I talked about when I got my Wii finally. The guy ended up doing like selling me on this good bundle deal on it. And I'm like, okay, I'm comfortable with that. It comes with all the stuff and a stand, and I don't remember if he threw in a game or something. Probably not, because it's this store. But so it's like, it didn't have the door on it, like for the GameCube ports.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, do you have one that does have it? And he said no. and I had like been kind of going back and forth in my head on it. So I was in there for a while. So he was like getting tired of me being in there a little bit, and so I took the stuff home, plugged the system into test. System didn't work. It was bricked.
Yeah.
So I went back next day, different guy at the counter, and I said, "Hey, I got this yesterday and it doesn't work." And he's like, "Okay, 1 second, let me try it out. Make sure you're not lying." Like, just as you would do. He didn't say that, but that's just what you do. And he tested it, and console didn't boot up. So he's like, "Okay, be right back." And he went and he grabbed one, pristine, all the doors, everything was immaculate on this one.
That must have come in at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Or is already there, and the other guy was pissed off at me, so he grabbed a shitty console off the floor.
Yeah.
And which I'm suspecting was the case, because this guy's a kind of a prick. And not only did was the console bricked, but the guy plugged in the new console with the sensor bar that I had been sold. Sensor bar didn't work.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's odd.
The console didn't work, the sensor bar didn't work, and the Wiimote didn't work. The guy the previous day had sold me 3 defective items. Probably because I wasted his time.
That's just ripe for a horrible Google review.
Yeah. It's the only store here, so
the only game in town, but
yep.
Yeah.
Irks me.
No, some of these stores, man, and I get it, their prices have to be higher. I get it.
Yeah.
I'm not delusional, but when I see like like Mario Kart Double Dash for $85.
Yeah, that's just unreasonable. Like
that's like, I'm like, sorry, does that come with 3 copies of the game? Or
yeah. Yeah, like a less local store to me. I don't even know where they're located now, but either way, their prices are a little bit iffy, but at least they're friendly about it. And they're just kind of like, they're the store you go to if you really want to find something and you're just kind of okay with paying retail at that point. Mm-hmm. But they always had a copy of, I think it was Link to the Past, but it was like $60 or something like that.
Yeah, so, you know.
And I asked about the logic of that, and it's like, those sell for that. But what they're doing is they know that that's not what the game is worth. But what they will do is they will, as soon as the copy they currently have in store sells, they will go out and whatever costs to just buy another copy, just to have one in the store and then hike it up to that.
Yeah.
Because like they'll pay retail on it and then mark that up. Right. It's like, that sells eventually. It's like they just want to have a copy at the store. And it's like, I don't agree with that, but if it works for you, more power to you. I don't have to buy it.
That's the thing, is like people will walk into stores with no clue.
Yeah, if they're not, if they
like,
know,
I want to play that game for my youth. I'm gonna go buy a system for $200.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna buy a Link to the Past for $100 or whatever the store's charging, and they have no idea. They're like, well, PS4 game is $100, so what does it matter if I'm getting this old game for $100? It's like buying the same thing.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't agree with the marking up just to have a copy in the store, but I understand. It's like they want a copy in stock.
Well, that keeps it in stock, I guess, because no sane person would buy it for that price.
Yeah, that's fair, but it's like, yeah, if it works for you, that's fine. I don't have to do anything about it.
Yeah.
And God, I was going to say something else.
I mean, like if your store had like your stuff is underpriced, you'd have a major problem stocking it.
Yeah.
And you'd also have a major problem stocking it in the sense that when people came to trade stuff in, you'd have to give them low prices so you can make a profit.
Yeah.
So there is sort of there has to be like a fine line. Yeah, there has to be a fine line there, but these stores aren't even meeting that point.
Yeah.
See, the Kearney, he prices everything at eBay price, and then he knows, though, because he's got a reward system, for every $10 you punch. So when you max out a card, which is like $100, you get 20% back, 20% off on your purchase, next purchase. Yeah. And he does his once a month sales too. It's like once, maybe every 6 weeks, where everything's in the store is either 20 or 25% off. So
Yeah.
he prices it for that reason alone, that he knows eventually there's gonna be a big fire sale and people are gonna come and bundle up as much as they can.
Yeah, that's priced to drop essentially.
And he mostly gets what's it called? He mostly gets his big hauls in now because he buys a lot of arcade cabinets, and people will come and trade in their whole Super Nintendo collection for an arcade cabinet. Basically, they're like, I'm getting out of this. Here's my collection. I just want an arcade cabinet, or I want a MAME machine. So and he'll like, okay, here you go. I got one for you, ready to go. But he had a lot of cabinets in there about a month ago, where he had like a Cruisin' Exotica cabinet. He had a Pac-Man cabinet. He had like, I don't know, probably like 9 or 10 machines just going in there. And then one of the last time he only had about 4. He sold them all basically. He would just come in like, I don't want that. So, and I know he's got a big block party sale going where he rented out his new stores in a little strip mall, and he got permission from the city to hold a whole like block party basically. So there's gonna be a whole bunch of vendors setting up outside, and then he's doing raffles all day. I think last one he did, he had a box complete Earthbound that he gave away as a raffle. He's got a whole bunch of stuff that he always gives away every year. But I don't know, he's like you said, he's got a big one, his biggest one planned yet, where there'll be like, I think, roasting a pig outside too.
That's cool.
Yeah, the place I was talking about with Link to the Past has a punch card as well, so that could be another reason. As long as there's an actual reason and they're not just doing it out of greed or ignorance, then I'm okay with it, even if I don't agree with it.
And if you're a regular customer, the Carney takes care of you too. Like he gave me, I think, 20% off the price even before. He still even give me the punches too. He's like, yeah, don't worry about the price on this one. He's like, you're a regular. We take care of our regulars here. So he knocked $20 off on one thing for me. He's like, yeah, he goes, just take $20 off, and I'll still give you the punches. I'm like, cool. He's like, we take care of our own here. So I think he said he's planning to open a store in Vegas now too, because he was saying like he goes there a couple times a year, and he was talking that they have stuff that we can't get up here, and we got stuff they can't get down there. So he was just gonna rent out the U-Haul and then drop stuff off down there, and then take stuff back up here basically, and then run a store like once a month, taking stuff between stores. So
yeah,
interesting.
Yeah, we've been going for like 3 hours now.
A little bit, yeah. So I was thinking about taking off myself, which means the feed would end, but you guys are more than welcome to stick around.
I think I'm done.
Up to you guys. I don't want to stop you guys from having a conversation if you want to, but considering this week, I need to get some rest. So
yeah,
you're gonna be sleeping in the car. That's when you get your rest.
Yeah.
But yeah,
been a bit of a slow episode anyway.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, a little more.
Too much excitement brewing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, nobody showed up for 15 minutes. I was talking to Yoshi for like 10 of it.
Sorry, I was in the middle. I'm trying. Me and my buddy are basically doing a CC Underground for Evil Within by ourselves, basically, because he's trying to get a game beat before Destiny 2 comes out.
That's a good idea.
Because once that comes out, he's gonna be. That's the only game he's probably gonna play for the rest of the year. And then
that is a time sink.
Well, I forgot how many working days he actually put into. I mean, like hourlies. I think he put in I forgot how many total days. I think it's almost like a total of a month or something like that. Of
into the first Destiny.
Yeah, the first Destiny.
God, so I don't even want to know what I have.
So he's like, oh, I'm preparing myself for the next one with Destiny 2. So I'm like, he's like, I just want to get he got that game as a birthday gift a couple years ago, and he's never beat it. So, and I was like, I want to beat it before at least the sequel comes out. So at least I kind of know I'm doing. And did anyone else here beat Evil Within by chance or no?
No, I was wondering if that's actually on the list I posted, because that's in my sell pile.
Oh, I probably should add it to my list.
It is essentially Resident Evil 4, like a harder version of Resident Evil 4. There's so many things that, granted, the guy who made Resident Evil 4, it's really
hard game.
But I'm almost there. I got 2 chapters to go, and I know he's 1 chapter ahead of me because he texted me. He's like, "Yeah, I just beat 14," and I'm like, "Because there's only 15 chapters." But man, is it frustrating. There are some really, real good head scratchers in that game. But
Yeah. I have 490 hours in the original Destiny.
Wow.
I am ranked 7th on my list of friends for time played. Ew.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, he's pretty much like that, where he basically, because everyone, I remember he was telling me he was playing with his buddies doing raids, and then, I don't know, a year after, they're like, yeah, we're all done. He's still going. He's like, anyone else want to play? And everyone's like, no, we're good. He's like, all right.
I haven't played a single raid because you need a group of 6.
He would just randomly team up with people just to do it. He's like, yeah. Okay. So
I don't like going with pugs on those. So
he got some medallion for unlocking everything in the game or something like that, or some badge. He got his own custom badge or something like that they made.
Nice.
It's part of the badge of unlocking everything in the game, but he put so many hours into it. So
yeah, that's almost as many hours as I had into Halo Reach multiplayer. Anyway.
No.
Yeah, that ended up as a mini tangent, but
no, that's fine. Yeah. So I guess most of you, I'll see you this weekend.
Yeah, for sure, man.
It'll be fun.
See you Friday morning.
Yeah, Friday morning, bright and early.
Yeah.
And I will do my best to not to hold off on listening to podcasts between now and then.
So you guys are gonna do a list of podcasts the whole way?
I think we're planning on at least listening to STC, maybe Bonus Barrel.
I was listening
Portal.
I was going. Well, do they do Wolfenstein yet?
That's supposed to come out tomorrow, is what I understand.
Oh, okay.
Just listen to ones of people you're going to be meeting. Otherwise, they might get insulted if you're not keeping up with their stuff, and you get into a physical confrontation on the floor of the Barry Game Exchange.
Just be like, oh yeah, you're right. You just got to learn how to bullshit. That's all. Oh man, that was hilarious. That was my favorite part.
Big nerd brawl at the Barry Game Exchange.
Okay.
But
okay.
Well, I thought we were holding off even 2 weeks worth. So that's why I didn't listen to anything last week. And then Musty's like, "Oh, that was such a great episode." I'm like, "You listen to it, you jerk." So and then what's called Musty was saying, I think last week was all supposed to be up for grabs. So I'm going back to the previous weeks now. So I listened to Musty on James's podcast today.
Yeah.
I'm gonna listen to Flock of Nerds tomorrow.
You should just write down a trip playlist of ones that you're gonna be listening to in the car.
We got a 9-hour drive, and then we had also another 9-hour on the way back. So we need stuff to listen to. That's why he said push them out this week, guys. Dollar Dorks. When's Dollar Dorks recording?
Also, there's the mixtape, and Media Mavens came out today or yesterday. I listened to the Off Kilter because I knew I had a story in there. So,
quite selfish of you.
Well, I asked first. I wanted to hear what they had to say about my story.
I didn't say it was okay. Now you're gonna listen to it again.
That's fine. I don't mind.
I hope you liked it.
Because you're hearing it again.
No, that's perfectly fine. It's a good episode.
So
cool.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it, but you guys
Yeah.
feel like you have to leave if you want to keep chatting.
I'm gonna head out.
Okay, I'll probably head out too. See you this weekend, gentlemen.
See you then.
I will see you.